Sawa, tuko tayari.
Yep.
Iko nene. So mnatusikia ama mtusikii?
Tuambie kama mnatusikia.
Mnatusikia ama hamtusikii? Let me open this thing and see what's up.
Let me check as well.
So who's been watching The Polygamist katikati yenyu?
Just finished it.
Took live. 72 people already.
Already, that was fast.
You guys, it took us 40 minutes to get to 125 guys.
The coffee looks good though.
The coffee looks nice, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy sells coffee.
Apologies, I'm shamelessly plugging it.
Hivi ndio lazima tupromotiane hivi. Lazima tupromotiane.
Coming soon, very soon.
Okay.
Guys, we'll have to check the... Oh, by the way, more of your powerhouse over here. By the way, can I give us can I give you guys a story about just before I was arriving? So
let me introduce the show.
Sisi tuko sawa, tunaenda tu.
Sorry.
Yeah. Endelea.
Sawa. So, Uber driver picks me up.
Yes.
Gentleman's name, let me give his name because I want to shout him out. He genuinely surprised me. Daniel, I named him as Daniel Uber Hustler.
Okay, Zach nasemekana too much light. Najua, I think Zach was thinking about mimi jia. Just, I think ISO, maybe. Let's check the ISO.
Looks bright, oh?
Yes, Najua, we have you.
Oh, yeah.
Normally, if it's us,
Pole,
we have to crank up that light. Yeah, let me see. Check. Normally, every time we do a live, we have to figure out these settings.
That's fine. That's understandable. But Moff, you should do IRL streams, eh? I'm surprised China had really bad internet. That's shocking. That surprised me.
A bit disappointing. Bro, do you know how affordable that trip is?
Which trip? To China?
Yeah, 6 days.
But see, we're doing South Africa IRL in November, right?
Yeah, Cape Town first.
That's done.
Bro, I was even looking for like...
How do you like this voice of mine?
Bro,
The one that's a bit low over here.
Initially, I was looking for like a 10-bedroom. Yeah, maybe I was thinking of like a pod versus guy. But...
The problem is too many cooks spoil the beef stew.
Well, are we taking Faza?
We're taking Faza. Faza is part of the family.
Taking Faza. Will Faza have a passport by then?
Yeah, Faza got the passport.
He got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He got the passport, so he sorted out. Muffin a poa? Shit. Look at me in my... By the way, guys, I'm not wearing boxers, so... That's how comfortable I am at Muff's studio.
Pause again, man.
Ni poa, Muff.
Shout out King George.
By the way, yako inakaa bright compared to mine. Check. On mine, it looks okay.
To record.
Matutumia nini?
Mic check. Can you guys hear us? Kuna jamaa anasema Clement Odhiambo anasema sound.
Sound ni juu tulikuwa tumemove away from the mic.
Okay, I'm assuming, yeah.
1 minute.
Someone is asking Sad, where are your socks?
Okay, so let's do it.
Nikulize.
So,
Sorry, Mark.
yeah.
Is it okay if I'm not wearing socks?
It's okay. It's
Guys
weird,
are
but
abusing me on the chat.
Inakuwaga weird because we are the socks podcast. We believe in using protection. Umekuja hapa tuko tu raw.
You know, I had a long day. No boxers, no socks. Came in.
Yeah.
Because I know after this, I'm going to bed. So,
Yeah.
very relaxed.
So unatuambia juu ya your trip here.
Yes, so Uber guy picks me up from home.
Yeah.
The guy is like, ulikuwa na kibe? He saw us from a reel.
Oh, okay.
And then, he says destination unaenda wapi? Then it says, Iko Nini.
Yeah.
Then he's like, unaenda kwa Maf. Then he was genuinely surprised that he's actually met someone. And he started telling me about Eric's podcast. And I'm like, I'm also going to do it with Eric. And then he gave me this whole story. This guy is a bachelor's. He's got a bachelor's degree.
Yes.
And things didn't work out for him in a corporate culture. But he was like, I'm not going to let it go down and out. He's doing Uber. And the guy works 7 days a week and has been basically ramping up the efforts for the past 3 months.
Oh, okay.
Treats his kids. Guy made about 250, 300K. from Uber, which I was genuinely surprised that he made.
Mm.
He has plans to become a multimillionaire, and he's inspired by what we do on YouTube.
Okay.
He's like, he's seen it as an escape for him. You know, with you, he's like, you've replaced traditional media. He's like, with Eric, and by the way, the trio, he really appreciated the fact, and this is an Uber driver, by the way. And it was just surprising that you've had such a long day and you meet someone who recognizes the effort. And we think we're small, like compared to what you have, Muff, to be honest. We're still up there. But the fact that he recognized it, it was a strong, strong indication that what we're doing is we're on the right path.
Yeah.
Yes, because consistency, you guys are very consistent nowadays.
Nowadays, yeah.
Of course, that IRL shit, man, I'm jealous.
But
I just say, anytime they go live, like,
But
next Saturday I make mistake, Msaki and Akundesho, you go like, oh shit.
but we push each other as well, man.
Yeah.
Always keep each other on toes. I've had a similar experience. So the morning I was going for class, my new company, and I was feeling very low. Then I met an Uber guy also who knew us.
Yeah.
And he started opening up about his tribulations.
Mm.
And I left. By the time I reached where I was going, I felt very fulfilled.
Maybe this is a question for you both because you're also podcasters, and it's for the room as well. Do you find when you meet a stranger now, they open up more to you? Like before someone would say hi, they wouldn't dive in deep. But now all of a sudden this guy's giving me his life story, he's doing this. Do you have that experience where people are just more interested in giving you their story?
A lot. I think it's the format, podcasting. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like they know you because they've been in on all these conversations. It's like I know Muaf, I know Snatch, I know Eric, I know even nicknames. I know your intricate stories. Even notice when guys pull up to you like to say hi in person. They don't start, hi, my name. A lot of times they'll just, Eric. Some of them just start talking and then you're the one who's taken aback. It's because of this format that we do.
Yeah, because podcasts
Understand somehow.
Let me just
are
try
more
and check.
honest, yes.
Someone was complaining about sound.
Sound, ama?
Oh, come on, guys.
Sound ni sawa.
Sound iko sawa, guys.
I think
Come on.
ni kitu moja nimenotice nakuaga number one champion wa Chinese technology, but kuna phones wa Chinese hutumaga Africa zile so unapataga msee anateta like this, like reaction clips za asubuhi wasoteta ati they can't hear the clips and we test them out, we hear all the clips, of course we don't release. So unaga hii tabia mmeanza ya like Buddha Johnny.
So they feel like at max volume they're not getting max.
They're not.
No, it's like I
When
don't
I
know
had
what happens, but the clip unapataga like the part where I'm talking you can hear, the part where I'm playing the clip it's never there, but when you test it like on another device on a TV you can hear, but you see this guy complaining and he's insisting he can't hear. So that's when I realize it's some phones.
But shout out Muaf, man. We had to come here. It's a late night. We're like, we had to honor the invite, man. It's been long.
Yeah.
Long
We've been planning this. So kulikuwa nilipitia before I went to China. So that was a rough week before I went. I was being cancelled.
How did you feel when you were there? Because
China.
you went through a lot, bro.
Why are you being cancelled? Remind me.
See, it was the whole what you're wearing. I was saying what you're wearing makes people sweaty.
What?
Your shirt.
No, you remember there was a guy sitting over here.
Oh, and then Muaf targeted me, man. You know, I was discussing with the auto.
Yetu tukidiscuss hata nikurisha kwa noma tuko na discuss na mseji ya vile sometimes you have guests, man, and you can't do anything about it, you just have to take it on the chin. And it's
on the nose.
I think it's shit on the nose. but you know how annoying it is, because we are adults. As an adult you have to be able to take care of yourself, like it's just one of the basic things where you should not be stinking. So it's really bad, especially when it's someone you're looking forward to meeting. Like sometimes you meet people and you know this person is ataki, if they are sweaty you understand, but sometimes you meet a rich other man and they stink. And
I know
like,
one guy you're talking about, but we cannot discuss.
hatuwezi discuss tutakansoliwa jo.
Bro, tutauliwa pia.
Tutauliwa jo. Tayari tuliingia kwa shida juu ya vitu mingi saizi, sasa ni kusifu tu Yesu Kristo. Hizo sajid.
Nikuulize, is the hate still going on?
I see. The funny thing is I got around the same time I received a call from Dr. Kingori. So Kingori was like, just let it go. Understand? Because you can't fight the mob. Because mi shida yangu muaga kama, did you watch Game of Thrones?
Yes.
For Game of Thrones, there's that scene where nani anaitwa nani? This guy, the one who takes the sword, Jon Snow. And all the White Walkers and all these motherfuckers are coming, and you know he's going to die. So sometimes I'm like that. So I just took that break, just lingered Twitter, kabisa, just go off it, and just let it subside. Because you have to understand that the internet is always looking for a villain. So they move from this person, they bash this person. So this week I think was Kibe's week. You understand? But Kibe is used to it.
What did you think about the? And I think Kibe has become uncancelable.
Yeah.
He's risen above it. He can't be cancelled.
Yeah,
the guy doubled down on what he said.
He did, and he didn't move back.
And he doubled down. He proceeded and he continues.
But what were people expecting? Kibe is Kibe.
Yeah.
He doesn't change his opinion. I think what made it worse was the podcast he went on, they took it down. So that amplified the hate.
I think Ofweneke taking it down to me was a bit... Okay, I understand if from a business point of view, sir.
Yeah.
But now the whole thing that I'm visiting Steve with shopping. Kwenda huko, bro.
But let me ask you,
but that's Ofweneke's character here. Like, if you think about it, Ofweneke has always been that lovable character.
Okay, I don't know him personally. Maybe I'm misjudging. But
yeah, because you have to know, like,
that gesture looked to me like it was for the crowd.
With this podcast shit, you have to understand, like, we have different characters, yes? There are people who are, like, likable, and then there are people who are against there. So, like, for Iko Nini is an acquired taste,
Yeah.
You understand? It's because utakuja hapo, you find us shitting on your favorite hero, and then you go crying. So with that in mind, it becomes tricky.
So, Mike, check. Like, if I talk, maybe like the way, because is it a different phone that they use?
It's what they're using.
Okay, let's see. Like, how many people are complaining about their phone?
So maybe let me hear Eric do a sound check real quick.
Sound check, mic check.
So you might hear feedback because I'm
every other time with Eric Iko Nini.
Yeah, this shit is okay, man. You guys, I'm sorry.
But I'm just na watch na MacBook 3 na iko
M3 na bado iko chini na.
Ama we boost the volume.
The volume is on red.
Yeah.
Volume is on red.
Okay.
The audio is okay. Si mmesikia vile tumanini hapa saa hizi. Yeah, so
the sound is not okay.
Nimekuja kudiscover all these things. People keep at sijui niko na M3 MacBook, niko na iPhone. Jana niliona iPhone. Okay, let me not say that.
Apparently different media devices compress audio.
Let me test it out on the iPad and see here. What's happening here on the iPad?
Check.
Sorry.
iPhone. Jana niliona iPhone.
It's super clear, man. I don't know what's happening, man.
Yeah.
Sound iko sawa. I don't know what happens. Maybe it's YouTube here in a behave using different devices differently. But what were we talking about? We were talking about history ya nani. You see, you have to understand the sort of podcast that you have. Podcast ya Ofweneke is life lessons at 30. You understand? So
how old is the guy?
He's in his 30s.
Okay.
So his podcast is not adversarial. You understand? Iko Nini, like, I think by the time tuko episode 3, Zach, tuko naambia watu ja kajitombe. Understand? When you used to get like 500 views in a week. So from day one, like, if you find the original Iko Nini fans, you'll never hear them call me Baba Samia. You know, been called Baba Samia.
Yeah, you don't
There is Mama Samia na King Jong-un. You'll never hear them because they were there from day one. So they know this is the attitude. So, like, I always use Morara as the example. Unajua nilikuwa cancel juu ya Morara because I was the first person to call out Morara. When everyone was licking his ass, he said Ruto had called him. I was like, no, Ruto won't call you for shit. Your video is still up. Go look at the comments. Umbwa! Matako! But I was 100% sure. But then right now that they've cancelled him, I'm the only guy still on his side because I understand. Because I judge people by what they are, not what I want them to be or some shit.
But in hindsight, that phone call definitely didn't happen now.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Looking back, it's like, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
There's no...
But you guys believe that shit?
I did it.
Okay. Because I was like, nah.
Out
Ruto
of
is
his
not calling you
day,
for it.
Ruto
akupigia.
That hierarchy is too high, even in a normal corporate setting. the CEO doesn't just talk to you. There's always a change.
Yes.
Do you believe there was a disconnect to that story? Like
Absolutely.
it was falsified.
You remember the way Nani
Habari.
called anaitwa alikuwa amejam Hussein Muhammad called mpaka anauliza he was asking like Jeff, how do you believe that? And I was there wondering, like, people bashed me for that. I was there like, no. And so now with that, people started thinking that I go out of my way to piss them off.
Like you're a contrarian.
Yes, like I'm a contrarian, but I'm not a contrarian. It's just logic. Ruto does not need to call anyone, especially like 3 years to an election. He's not that desperate. Because remember, this was like 2024. 3 years to an election, he's not calling you.
And that would not be the approach anyway.
Yeah.
Even if I'm trying to reach that guy in that time and I'm the president, the approach is not to be like, what's an impigie?
No.
Yeah.
I think it's smarter than that as well.
Hello. You know that? Ile shit ya kina professor. Hello. Ni William. It's not happening. You know, it's not
I
happening.
got a missed call from the president.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
Yeah. I think sometimes we underestimate what the presidency means.
Yeah.
So kulikuwa na hiyo. So now you see, if you do that, alafu Kibe pia nishaikuwa cancel juu ya Kibe, because remember when Kibe could not do anything wrong, I was the first guy kusema like, yeah, Kibe needs to slow down on avumbwa. So but kuna majuzi nilikuwa nimekaa chini nikasema like, out of all the things that have in quotes prophesied as Prophet Habakkuk, yes, my other alias, people need to point out once when I've been wrong, because most of the things is just logic. Nambia say this makes no sense, but because at that specific moment in time there's that key euphoria and that key emotion, people get emotional, then on a turn mwaf uko emotional. I'm no
Do you think
zero
do you think
zero emotion.
don't you think right now Kibe is, despite whatever people want to say about his circumstance, don't you think he's freer than all of us though?
Yes, to a certain level.
No, completely.
No, I tell you why. Completely. I tell you why not.
So you disagree that he's free?
Yeah, that S550 makes you more free, man. The S550 makes you
If
more
you look
free.
at it,
like if
No, maybe I think what Eric is trying to say is he's done proving himself to anyone. He doesn't
yes,
give a fuck.
there's that element.
Yeah.
Kibe right now can say anything he feels like saying.
He could say anything he felt like saying even then.
No.
I think
I
there's
mean,
a lot
you
more
guys,
at stake.
I think
right?
guys are looking at him being able to say anything as like
We
being
cannot
able to
we don't have the liberty.
offend
We don't have the liberty
Yes.
to
to say what Kibe says. Not on okay, there's a first thing, there's a commercial aspect.
Okay.
But also in terms of we've not reached there or where you've been cancelled to the point where now I can fuck all of you. Fuck it.
But what do you get out of it?
He's free.
How?
No.
He's free in a literal
Okay,
sense.
I
For me,
think
Us,
you're,
we self-censor a lot.
So I
Yes.
mean, look at it this way: like
We go
the way
through
we
like
communicate.
the only thing, and we don't know for a fact, but
yeah.
he's like the only difference with him and Andrew Tate is the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Andrew Tate is a free guy. He can say whatever the fuck he wants.
No, but even Andrew Tate has
They hand him, but he's been able
he's
to shield-
changed his stance.
He's been able to shield himself with the money. So,
If you look
I
at
think you it's okay, but Sajid, say
no
not.
no, so I mean, if you reference Andrew Tate, go look at his old videos. Fucking crazy shit he used to say. Obviously, he's a bit more sensitive because more money is involved. Kibe has gone through the ringer. They
Yeah.
chewed him up, spit him out, and he was like, you know what, fuck it. I will say what I want and do what I want. Because now my monetary incoming balances are not tied to anything with YouTube, this and that. He's got the book, he's got this. He's finding other ways to generate revenue. So he's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
That BBC documentary that came out. I mean, the fact that Kibe was on a BBC documentary. And by the way, I was in one corner, in 1 second. You remember that reel?
clip.
The
Yeah,
over there?
yeah.
Nilikuwa kwa corner. But they went, they tried to indoctrinate him in this manosphere. They tried to cancel him. But look, all it did was increase his stock worth amongst his followers. His book sales are through the roof. They're always out. He's a store. You're buying hoodies. He's always out. I mean, he's self-sufficient,
he's
self-sustained. He's doing what he wants.
And it also goes back to, I know majority of society, especially my good friend Sajid, is extremely capitalistic and money driven.
Yeah.
But there's also a whole side of society that's not. I know as guys in Kenya, we look at everything through the lens of the haves and the have-nots. Think about more advanced societies where you're having more because you want it, and other guys are more minimalist. So Kibe, if he was in such an environment, just unfortunately finds himself here, He's free, man.
But your freedom ya kibe is a freedom you can get tomorrow if you want it. You understand?
But do you
So
have the courage?
how free is it?
Do you have the courage?
But do you want? What I think
is
what
it about
Mark
the
is
courage?
asking is, do you want that kind of freedom?
Do you want that kind of freedom? If it comes at, because I was also bashed for this, but I was saying, because you'll find people telling you the way 2 million shillings a month is nothing. I can sacrifice that for my principles and all that nonsense. And I always say that's someone who's never seen 2 million shillings. Because a month, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot
and
of money.
if that money, if for me to protect that money, all I have to do is ease up on the women, I'm going to do it. It's just one of those things. Remember that time, ilikuwa around the same time Yakina Fresh and Fit were getting demonetized. So it was not just about him. And once in a while, you have to just take a step back and be like, you know what, this is not about me. I always give the example of last year. Saizi ukisearch Iko Nini, anything about TZ Iko, got a warning from, like, literally, whatever, YouTube, like, you are inciting Tanzanians.
Yeah, I remember.
And I knew I'd been reported by the government. The next thing I did was remove all the
Mafos are gonna be the new. What is that guy for Rwanda? Kabuga.
yeah, you understand. So you have to think business wise. There are two things to think. Number one, iko nene wacha ikae. TZ lazima ibadilike. The next thing is fuck this. I'm moving. You understand that?
Yeah.
So you have to. It's a very tricky balance.
Me, I understand it.
Between-
I don't have the courage, and I don't have the. I like certain comforts that I'm not yet ready to relinquish. What I'd say to Kibe at this point, he's freer than all of us. Make it count now. Make it count.
But I think what Mark's point is, how does he make
I know
it
his
count?
point. I get his
No,
point.
so to add on to that, how does he make it count when the general way for us to make money through the veil of social media is by basically raising our numbers, getting positive advertisement, doing things that attract people that want to advertise with you. So here's what I'm saying is, how many brands will want to work with Marf versus
Fuck
with
brands,
eBay?
man.
No, but
Let me explain. Let me
make
explain.
it okay.
Yeah.
He tried doing the. It was called what? Africa. If
Yeah.
Kibe could find a way, an ingenious way to tap into his fan base, of which he's done with the books and everything and the appearances, if you could find a way that's a bit more sophisticated, bro, Sajid, till today, the guys who DM us, the most rabid audience, I've interviewed a plethora of people, 104 guys.
Yes.
To date, there's no fan base like Kibe's. I've had
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
guys.
I know.
So
But
and that's what I'm saying. It's for him now to make that count, because you can't just be free and just talk. Now
But you see,
he has the power to make it count.
I think if there was a publicist that was after Kibe, well, not really a publicist, a person who manages his media presence, what I would do specifically is, Kibe has a very big presence, okay? He has a very big East African presence. But the thing is, a lot of people that support him are not within the financial bracket to buy things. So what I would do is pivot now to getting more international guys. Because, and we've seen it, we've seen YouTube channels our size in America, in Europe, have 1,000 members paying $5 a month. My membership is $1, by the way, 130 shillings. I'm only at 49 members.
Yeah, what's that 49?
same
you see
thing
what I
right
mean?
now we
So
have
if-
less
if
because
you-
we don't
yeah.
have any shit.
So
for
you get
members.
key-based
members
effort.
tunakuja.
You know, you get Kibe's effort, you then funnel that effort towards getting a more middle upper income bracket of like age bracket, and then you monetize that. I think that's the best way. But doing that also takes dedicated effort. And I think
That's it.
Kibe needs to now pivot from the local guys, include the local guys, but now start doing more international stuff.
Yes, and I also think he needs people like me and his
Because he's a strong brand, bro.
people like
Fucking
me
strong.
and Amansha, people will tell him the truth. Remember when the whole Africa shit started? I still insist that Africa shit looks like more Africa. Yeah. But apart from that, I remember I said, tulianza Ghetto Radio. Naga tukianza Ghetto Radio. I told them, like, starting a media thing is hard.
Very, very
It's
hard.
not going to pick. So when I used to hear, like, fuck, YouTube, we're starting this, I was like, no, this thing is going to take time. A lot of time. Like, with Ghetto, kuna time tuko nalala kwa floor, kuna time tuko tunaenda na Zak huko, ilikuwa ni Limuru. Unaenda kurestart computer. But like when you start, so the fact that people were hyping him, and remember even that around that time when I said like, hey, this Africa thing is not going to pick up as fast as that, it was like, fuck you, you're negative, you don't believe oh fuck YouTube, you're going to come up with a whole new other YouTube. Do you know Elon Musk was complaining about YouTube? Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, was like, these fuckers have taken all the advertising. I'm left here with my shit without advertising. That's who you are going against. If Elon cannot do it, how can you do it? Then during your time, unakuja seka mimi wanakwambia like it's not that easy to do it. Then now your guys who want to gas you tell you that it's easy to do. It's not. You have to, and this is what now ends up like anyone who has a cultic following ends up hating me for that, because I'll never tell you what your master is telling you.
But I also think our market was not ready for Kibe.
Because it's not about our market. We don't have the financial muscle.
That's what I'm saying. We don't. Our market was not ready for. I'm not talking about the Africa. I'm talking about people who can sign on to Rumble and continue following these guys who have been ostracized by the mainstream. When Tekashi 69 was cancelled, kabisa, he went to Rumble. What's this other guy? The British guy, extremely eloquent guy. Russell. The Greek Russell Brand. All these guys went to Rumble, bro. They made some money there. But
yeah, that's the American way.
But now, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Our market was not ready to pivot with Kibe, because our market also, the purchasing power is low.
Yeah.
Low, Eric. It's so
Sisi
low.
na hizi pod
But it was ahead of his
at
time.
this level tungekuwa states tungekuwa tuna live lavish. You understand? That's the reality. When you understand that reality, it changes a lot of stuff for you. You get the bass out of your voice first. Unajua like, oh shit, I'm in a third world country, so I'll have all these funds without purchasing power. And this is what used to happen. Like mi na Zach tulikuwa tuna do radio like back in the days. Remember like when most of our fan base were radio were guys in their early 20s. They did not have purchasing power. You understand? This now, years later, right now, if you want to bring like, if I had another side hustle, it would be to bring underground hip-hop artists. Why? Because those guys who are in their 20s, right now in their late 30s and 40s, they have purchasing power. A lot of people in the Red Pill movement are younger guys. There are few older guys, but the core fan base ni younger guys. But it's not just younger guys, it's younger guys who've been told by politicians, nyinyi ni watoto wetu. So they're not even approaching life like adults. They're approaching it from a childish point of view. So it means before you get them from that, I'm not a child. A politician speaking Sheng should not be enough for me to vote for them. Before you get them from that mindset to, you know what, I need to buy content. I need to spend on content. You understand? You'll see, like if you... Like a lot of people who spend on content are not in their 20s, they're in their 30s.
Do you think our CPMs will ever improve?
Eventually down
I
the
think
road.
eventually. I don't know.
Think about
We are a third world. I don't know. Because South Africa is...
you can answer that question.
Improve when the people advertising on our end.
Thank you.
Ni wale sijui this to chewing gums and
Yeah.
you understand?
I mean, I completely agree with Zach in the fact that how many companies do you see advertising on YouTube? Let's go through the list. You have your Safaricoms, your Airtels, your EABLs, and some whiskey shops. Do you have local shops advertising, bookstores, coffee
When's
shops?
the last
this
time
and
you
that?
saw an EABL ad on even your own YouTube channel?
I mean,
they're very rare.
So you know what I'm trying to get to is that there are a handful of companies taking up the advertising space. Versus if you go to America, people with podcast advertising on YouTube, the money being spent on advertising in itself is a growing industry. So until we get to that point in time where everyone is investing on YouTube to advertise, we will not see that.
That's also culturally. Again, it goes back to the struggles of purchasing power, because we don't have a consumer culture.
We don't.
Yes.
You guys, most podcasts I listen to, they're not necessarily advertising. Of course, Joe Rogan have things like what's that AI thing? Perplexity, and them. He has big ones. But the smaller to mid-tier guys, they're advertising. What are these things? The swipes for what are they called? Roman swipes.
There's a lot of gambling stuff.
Gambling,
Ya kusafisha
Viagra.
matako, no?
Yeah, no, it's like Viagra, but you just swipe it on your Johnson.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Look at bro.
Ile
The
RO.
over 40 guys got excited.
Ro. Ile RO.
Look at the spelling. So, guys, Roman swipes, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And that's it's called Blue Chew the gum. It's the same thing. It's all these small things that actually make them bank, bro. But here guys just don't buy shit.
Yes, we don't have the purchasing power, but there's something I normally talk about. Like when you look at even how African politicians steal, then they take the money outside, yes? And they end up with so much money, but they can't even start businesses because people don't have the spending power. So I always say, there's a show that I used to watch back in the days. It was called Boss. Look at Boss. It was on Stars. It was about this corrupt Chicago mayor. But he was corrupt in a very different way. If African politicians were corrupt in that way, we'd be very developed. He was corrupt this way. He'd know that he wants to build a road. So where juni friend wake anakuambia make sure kuna hoteli hapa, na hoteli lazima ifuate all the rules za county, haitaruka any step. But sasa since mabeste wake, now you know you'll benefit from that. But he always used to put Chicago first. So your friends can benefit, but Chicago comes first. With Kenya, it's I come first, Kenya comes second. See, so the corruption is about wacha niibe niende nifiche pesa, wacha niibe. So watu wana spending power.
The South Africans, the Afrikaners, they had mastered the 30-70. 30 to let's finesse 30, but 70 must develop.
Yes,
and that's how they're able to develop the infrastructure to what SA was.
Now SA is going to shit because they then went 70-30. 70 for us and 30 for the infrastructure.
Yeah. So, but do we get to that point where people are just more principled, some level of civilization? Because
yes, that would be ideal. Because
sorry, did you? I happen to have his number, so I'm not insinuating that I'm connected with him at all. But I was watching Jimmy Wanjigi talking about. I know he's harped on severally about odious debt, right? So at some point, Nduo of Spice FM asks him, so Jimmy, tell me, where did this money go? And he's like, theft. Bro, it's trillions. Where are guys stashing trillions, bro?
see, I don't know. I think it's a level where.
For what?
Yeah,
you
for
can
what?
see all the properties popping up in the market.
But bro, how many buildings, man? How much money?
Building yenyu nini estate yenyu imeharibiwa paki.
Yeah, you've seen that, right?
Parklands nowadays looks like.
Mom, that's being raised. Mom is saying, shooting to identify Parklands. Parklands has become Somali right now. Do you know?
Yeah.
Crazy. But
no, but is it a mental disorder? Ama, there's some other markets we're not aware. Bro, why am I stashing? If we've stolen 4 trillion, where are we stashing 4 trillion?
So we know you
and then your conscience. Think about how I saw Morara did like a POV of Addis. Beautiful. You guy Nairobi is
a shithole, man.
It's fallen way behind.
I was in town today, maze. Nikaona zile barabara wana. They are gassing up hizi vitu za
pavement.
Yeah, the pavements. They look good on pictures. Go to town and see
it's not
them.
as nice.
Holy
nice.
them shit is ugly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Nairobi yenyewe siko baya, we're done.
Off camera.
Nairobi off camera.
Moff was telling us about China.
Yes. How was that in an infrastructure level?
I mean, bro, the infrastructure. You felt like you're living
yes,
in the past.
Because with China, that's what I wanted to say. Remember when you talked about Kibe being free and Sisi not being free? I looked at it from that perspective of free. When you look at freedom through being freedom of speech, it looks like something very beautiful. So if you look at the Chinese, you'll be like, you know what? These people do not have the freedom to insult their president or their leader. I have the freedom to insult my leader. But then you look at them and you're like, they do not have a reason to insult their leader. you have every reason to insult yours. Because yours is clueless and what. That country amazed me. You know why? Because nilikaa huko na the biggest pothole niliona, I think nika kitu kame scoop kidogo hivi. Kale gari hata yezi feel. Then immediately, like the stark contrast ya ukitoka China. Because unajua ukitoka China, you don't go through alafu if you are transiting through somewhere, utakuwa kwa airport. So kama nilikuwa Doha. Then straight from Doha. So nilitoka from Guangzhou. I was staying like around 50 minutes away from the airport, yes? Alafu, so try and imagine the smooth ride to the airport. Then shuka Nairobi, unafika Mombasa road, unaanza kutwak. Immediately unaanza kutwak. You just see the difference and you're like, that country amazed me, man. Like everything is...
Contrary to popular belief, Sarge, he says there's no... digital ID is only in one city.
Yes, it was
So
being
the-
Oh, it's
experimented.
not everywhere?
It's not
There's-
everywhere.
It's propaganda.
It's Western propaganda. Western propaganda will make you believe that those people are not free. They are free. Like you can practice any religion, you're just not allowed to preach in the streets. So, for example, the mosques, there are mosques there. Like there's a mosque in Guangzhou. Who the fuck is this? Most probably someone watching who's calling me. Don't fucking call me. Like, don't be a fucking asshole, man.
You put your number on stream for people to
Well, of course, people have my number, but don't fucking call me. You know I'm so nilikuwa nasema there's a mosque in Guangzhou, yes? Hautaisikia. Why? Because the speakers have to face inside. Haiko allowed. The sound is not allowed to leak outside. So you can be a Christian, you can be a Muslim. You'll see Chinese wala wamejifunika, madem wamejifunika nywele, but now you're not allowed kufunika ninja.
No
You
ninjas.
understand? So you can funika your nywele, you can practice
Which
anything.
is ironic.
Funny thing, you can be gay in that country. Unajua vile kuna assume that Chinese do what. You can be that. You have all the freedoms. The only freedom hauna ni hauwezi insult CCP. But when you're there wondering, why should I insult this party? Every fucking thing is working. You understand? Like the trains, the city is clean. Everything is working. Atuko power haipoteagi even for a split second. Power haipoteagi. So why are you insulting the leader? So now, because we can insult our leader, we are free, more free than them. That's how the West wants you to think. If you go to the malls are always full. Lovers holding hands, girls with the longest skirts and girls with the shortest skirts.
What's that thing? I
No
saw
girl is being raped because ati amevaa kitu short. Hapa Kenya itoka, hey, cheki amevaa kama malaya, simteme tu uchi.
Christian value.
Cheki that bullshit.
Moff, there was something you posted. Some Chinese guys walk with their shirts up, like show their stomach.
Yeah. That's they believe that tumbo ndio inashika joto. So you'll find people with their tumbo cuts walking around.
Dissipate,
So that, during that,
dissipate heat. That's a heat sink.
But you have to admire whatever they've done. If you look at China as a whole, obviously it's a superpower. Back then, not too long ago, let's just take it 15, 20 years back, when we bought something and it said made in China, we would all,
Darao.
we'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Yes.
Made in China has a substantially different view right now. But beyond that, okay, we all understand that China is a manufacturing behemoth, the structures they've set up, it's amazing. But look at them as a culture and what they're doing, right?
Yes.
And let's focus on Africa and within the technology space as well. Do you guys know in Kenya there are 3 Chinese telecom operators selling connectivity and wholesale connectivity? Not many people know. There's China Mobile, China Telecom, and China Unicom is coming up. Those are the 3
For
major
businesses
telcos
mainly,
for
or?
businesses. So wholesale, internet, telecom businesses, and they've even gone further because data is so important, right? They have built an undersea cable, and we talked about this on the last podcast, called the Pakistan East Africa Cable Express that connects Mombasa all the way till Karachi and the Asia Pacific areas back to home. A subsea cable dedicated for that, which is now going to go to South Africa and all the way around. And the reason they're investing in Africa is because Africa has all the resources, all the way from Central Africa to North and South. The way the Chinese come in, they say, we understand you don't have money. And they're doing the same thing what Americans did post-World War II. Because in a post-World War II world, everyone was torn to shit. No one had money to buy, but people needed to survive. And America had manufacturing industry. So what America did was it told them, we will supply you with all the manufacturing industries we have. We'll supply you with the goods and services, and we'll loan you the money to buy from us, and we'll pay an interest. So they're benefiting on the industrial scale, and they're benefiting on the monetary side. So what Chinese have done is they said, we will build you infrastructure. We will build you expressways. We will build you buildings. We will improve your infrastructure. And we will even loan you the money to pay us back with high interest rates. And they've done that in Kenya. They've done that in Ethiopia. Look at how many countries across Africa have Chinese infrastructure set up. But what we demand from you in return is, yes, you pay us on the interest rate, but we demand your local commodities and goods. What does Ethiopia do? They give them coffee. Ethiopia is one of the regions where getting the dollar out of Ethiopia is so difficult. Impossible. But Chinese realized, okay, through coffee, import and export. In fact, this is a funny story to tell. A lot of Chinese businesses partner with coffee importers and exporters. They have them as shareholders because you get the money in Ethiopia and then you route it through coffee farmers out. So they've developed that whole cycle. They're getting dollars in, dollars out, they're getting coffee. In Kenya, a lot of our tea, our coffee exports, our whole horticultural and agricultural exports, where are they going? All China. They're doing that across Africa. So now when you look at it from a global perspective, initially America could go and tell everyone fuck you because they control the petrodollar.
That's fast changing.
That's changing right now because everything now is going towards the gold reserves. But who has the largest reserves of gold?
Right now, it's
China.
China.
Because China has been going around buying gold from all these different countries and saying we will give you manufacturing practices, we will give you subject matter experts, we will improve your economy, we'll do everything. We want gold, we want these commodities and that thing. So America may control the gold and the petrodollar is pegged to their economy, but on the back end, China has everything else.
Yes.
So you can't fuck with them. And if you're smart, you teach your kids Chinese. Because eventually we'll have Ching Chong Kamaos over here popping up everywhere. We'll have intermarriages. And it's just a matter of where the future is heading. If I was... Equity Bank also has a branch where people can actually invest in... what's the Chinese currency called? Is it the...
Yuan.
Yeah.
You can open up bank accounts now in Kenya with that.
Yeah, Kenya.
In Kenya, go to Equity Bank. The Equity Bank huko karibu Lavington Mall.
And Wang is always ahead of the curve, so I'm sure
Yes.
he's doing that. That's in place because of proper research and study.
So as a betting man, if you're to invest in countries, let me ask all of you: outside of Kenya, if you were to put money in a country in the next 10, 20 years, will be a superpower. Which countries would you say there?
China.
China is one of them. What else is there?
China mainly.
India?
Remember, like I was saying this,
India,
like,
India.
India is coming up. I mean, you can't deny the fact these chutis love fucking. They're 1 billion people, 1 billion resources, 1 billion smart, and Indians are fucking everywhere, bro. So when it comes to commercial scale industry setting up, one of the things you have to consider is cheap labor.
yes, and India
Of course,
is
and
providing
India is
that.
there. So most of the manufacturing,
Cheap
yes, manufacturing is moving away from the States, is moving away from Western economies. It's going to Asia Pacific and India. So those two countries as well, heavily
Like
invested
right now,
in.
American iPhones are coming from India. Remember, because of the beef with China. So there's that. And when you say that thing about even learning Chinese, when I was in China, that's when Nani was announced as a trillionaire. Musk. I remember, like, I did a reaction video saying that's the most bullshit
the
I've ever
SpaceX
had.
IPO.
Yes, it's the most bullshit I've ever had. Why? Because the fact that you see Teslas everywhere in China, and China is not allowed to enter US, means we have to protect this guy. Remember, this guy is a genius. Remember when he was asked about Chinese cars? This was how many years back? And he laughed.
BYD and all
Right
this
now, the only way Tesla is surviving is because Xiaomi is not on the ground. Huawei is not on the ground.
Those cars are way
You
better.
look at those freaking cars, like in a Zika. And if they enter that market, they're decimating this guy
In fact,
in
those
a
guys
second.
have changed what the idea of a car is.
Yes.
And it's not just the petrol electric device. That's what cars can do, bro. Like,
Of course. But can I comment on the SpaceX IPO?
Yeah.
it's plummeting, no?
For the Z guys that are here, I went on Manu's podcast and we spoke about this because he asked us, and this was before the IPO released on the Friday.
Yes.
I said, okay, let's look at it logically. So they have $1 trillion valuation, the company, SpaceX. How much revenue do they make every year? Less than 30 billion. All right?
Yeah.
Walmart, what, billions?
Yes.
Maybe comparatively before the IPO, similar to SpaceX. But they have 100 times the revenue that they generate compared to SpaceX. So you can understand the valuation.
Yeah.
Everything at the end of the day, the bottom line matters. We're going to space, yes, but it's a fucking business. We want to invest, we want to see returns. How the fuck are you going to be $1 trillion company when your revenue is just 20 billion?
And it's a money pit as well.
So
And it's a capex investment because listen to this. When you build rockets and they go up, that's capital lost. You're not making any money. You're not brought any resources. That was a clear indicator of what they were trying to do. By the way, SpaceX employees, shout out to them. They became fucking multimillionaires overnight when that IPO went boom. Everyone else has lost. Where's the fucking SpaceX IPO today?
But isn't their core business is the consignments to the ISS, no?
To the International Space Station. That's part of it, but you also have to look at other ways they're generating money.
that's more speculative. The market.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
just, yeah.
But isn't it? Haven't they been?
They've got many tenders. They've got like what was this the is it called the American Space Force? And the satellites and the orbits and setting that stuff up, everything has gone through SpaceX. but it's still 20 billion, bro. 20 billion is nothing dollars a year.
Can you see this thing? You see the way Sajid has analyzed it analytically kabisa. Mimi nilianalyze from a very amateur point where I fika tu China nikona Teslas everywhere, nikona Xiaomi's everywhere, and I was like, this is the most valuable car company. It's allowed to operate in China, but small Chinese companies are not allowed to operate in the US to protect this company. Ukisikia mtu kama huyo that say he's the biggest bully but afai kupata na umse mdogo, will you still say he's strong? You'll think there's a weakness that he has. And you see, you don't even need to go that deep. But here you've explained it in a very deep way. Because you're not supposed to be scared. I don't think Toyota is scared that another car is coming into the market. The fact that these cars are not allowed. Mpaka inakuwaga, the CEO wa Ford, alikuwa anasema he drives a Chinese car, yes? Now, he drives the Chinese car to show waso wa Ford what cars should be. Not a Tesla. Now try and imagine hii gari ifike hapo. Alafu nasikia, nini, so he's a trillionaire and all this thing is speculative because he's a genius. And he's a genius.
But he's definitely, I mean, and it's the American way.
He's up there, and that's the beauty of it.
But when it crashes, it becomes...
And that's why you have to also you have to give Americans credit for their bravado.
I agree with Eric.
He's bravado pro max. He's actually the personification of what that bravado, and we're the best in the... I mean, he's been able to leverage the idea of... Think about how many predictions. There was a time Musk would say something, we'd hang on to every word.
Yeah.
Because like in 4 years, so that's like 2017, we're going to Mars. 2026, there's no... What are you talking about? Real scientists are like, get the fuck out of here.
but I mean, think about that, right?
Then he even went as far as... I mean, that's when he started doing he got his hair implants, made sure he has the look, talks a certain way, which in its... To be able to do that is its own version of genius.
Correct.
Yes.
But you can imagine, Eric, the bravado that he has, what you were saying. This is a guy telling you, we're going to fucking Mars. You have 1,000 bob to invest. Unampatia.
The last 100K.
And then versus me, I'm telling you, listen, I'm going to make milk. I'm going to sell it low fat. I've got an ideal business model over here.
That you can consume.
That you can consume and you can see and touch on the promise. So it goes to show you, whatever he is, he's brilliant. And fair play to him. Look at the fucking money he's made. He's set for life.
But no, fair play to and Musk and Americans in that bravado that they walk around.
Yeah, they sell bullshit.
Trump is also a bullshit artist.
Yeah.
Trump is a bullshit artist the other day.
Yeah.
And his bullshit, now it has reached a point, I think, because he knows, I mean, it's his last term. The guy has been put to task this morning about his profits in crypto. He's like,
you saw that.
He's like, Did you see the graph?
Which are Trump coin, eh?
The guy rag pulled his support, the MAGA guys. Which is, how do you...
Me was that Mjinga who bought the Trump.
Do you know rag pull?
You bought it?
I bought it.
Unakumbuka nikiwambiaga hiyo time, like remember when I was saying that a lot of people really get pissed off with me. I remember when I was talking about likability, because I've always been an anti-Trump guy, telling people his shit. Now gata majuzi, you told me like, hey, finally I can see what you've been saying. Like Trump is an asshole. So that Trump coin shit, mimi niko na jua Trump University. Why the fuck would I invest in Trump coin? No. So you invested in Trump coin.
But to be fair, with the Trump coin, the guys who got in early at $10-15, that thing went to $70, bro. No, but so if you put it
cashed out,
cashed out. Him Mjinga nilingia $50.
No, but
hoping it will go to 150.
That's the equivalent of. I'm trying to think of local scams at our level.
No, okay, but just to complete my thought, do you know fucking Trump sells merch?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Big time.
Big $300-400 shirts, and people are fucking buying it. So this guy knows how to manipulate the market. And that being said, I still think people think he's an idiot, but he's not.
No, he's not an idiot. He's an idiot when it comes to the complique of like being sophisticated enough to be like.
So okay, let me ask.
Guys.
No,
there's a level. There's a level where you can just be like super dumb. Mpaka sasa ina cross hiyo line ingine.
Let me ask one question, just to ask.
It's not. I'm trying to think about a localized example. It's like there are guys who are very good at business in terms of knowing how to leverage what they have to get more at all costs. That guy can't necessarily be the guy we sent to go and be our emissary to Rwanda, for example. Right. But now, if that guy ends up the president, on the business front, the finance front, bro,
scamming. You're talking scamming.
Rag pulling is a scam for our level, podcasters.
Yes.
This guy rag pulled MAGA guys, bro.
No, but that's fair enough. Let's look at something that's recent, okay? Strait of Hormuz. Iran.
The war, the whole war.
Right.
itself.
Okay, but this war is 100% fucking manipulated. And Eric, we've talked about this, right? We've talked about this death. When I tell you to invest, what do I tell you to invest is going forward? Resources, fuel, water, and by water I don't mean aqua mist. I mean genuinely the people who have control of water, fuel. Who is the one person or the single entity benefiting from this war? The guys who are selling the oil per barrel. Because what has happened is it's created a shortage. That shortage has gone up. I'll reference something in my food days. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but fuck it, I'll say it. Remember when Mumia Sugar had all that issue? When we were working for these goods and commodities, guys, they would actually, it would happen. They would artificially make you say there's shortage. So the price of sugar would go from 2,000 to 3,000 to 6,000 to 7,000 and everyone would benefit. Kusawa off? No, Kusawa, yeah. So now look at this. Let's look at it this way, all right? Futures, betting against and leveraging against the market, right? Trump makes an announcement. We're fucking close to signing a deal, all right? Market basically goes up. Fuel price stabilizes as well, becomes cheaper because now we know things are going to get into agreement. They buy everything back. War. Panic goes up. People buy at a high price. Trump says again, we're about to sign another deal. Fuck Israel, this and that. He says, what the fuck is Netanyahu doing? He makes a mess. Things stabilize, go cheaper. They buy it back again. Deal goes to the roof. Prices go back up. Who's benefiting? The oil barons. And the oil barons know this. So they're telling Trump, tutakupatia cut. 10%, 5%.
But
so I think he's very strategic and eventually it'll come down. But by the end of it, the guys in the back, the guys who are controlling it will have made billions.
Yeah.
There was a
Billions.
There was a graph that was put out today of like the last 5 presidents and the wealth accumulated in their tenure. So including Trump in Trump 1.
Yes.
So everyone is flat. Then there's Trump 1
Trump
and then
1.
now Trump 2 is crazy. But the war machine is satanic, if not in a literal sense. Bro, do you know even some of this bombing is intentional so that they can get contracts to rebuild? Imagine having that kind of disconnect for humanity where you're so capitalistic that you're willing to bomb and have human collateral at a scale of thousands so that you can send Kinas. Now, Sajid Zak, they have contracting companies so that you can come in
and those have existed even during Bush time. Nini. It's just that now it's like in your face. You know, back then they would hide it in some way. Right now it's in your face.
But imagine you're at that position, guys. If we reference Kenya, let's talk about home, okay? We see corruption. Tender inatoka, 100 million is given. We say, ni sawa, that tender will go to my cousin. We'll build the road, but we'll cooler. At a domestic level, that's happening. It's not anything surprising.
At 45, it was how much? 45 M per? It was what, 46,000 per centimeter.
If we go a few years back, remember the 600 to 800,000 wheelbarrows people bought?
Yeah.
It happens at all levels, right? Imagine at a global scale. You control the resources. You create panic. You affect the markets. You buy it at a cheaper rate. You induce calm. Things stabilize, do the same thing, create another panic, goes up, sell. This is happening. So when people see this stuff, it's all artificially created, guys. You can't believe that these wars do not have profit at the back end. There is always an agenda to profiteer from the suffering of other people. And it happens, and you're being more exposed to it, and social media allows you to see that. Guys have made ridiculous amounts of money with oil. But now, as the petrodollar and oil sort of go away, something else will happen. There'll be a war on water. Some dam in Egypt will cause some fucking issue. Water will become a different thing. They will manufacture electricity, resources. Just let's look at the next 5 years. Right, we can reference this chat. In the next 5 years, there will be a war over resources. It will be artificially manipulated by the umbrella of wars going on, and this will affect fuel prices and unga and this and that. Guys are profiteering. What happened with when that whole Russia-Ukraine thing happened? All right? Sorry, what, bro? Fucking legend, my guy. Maf. Thank you so much, bro. So kind of you.
What is this?
Sugar free.
Guys,
So
Now we can talk about.
But
by the way, see, I told you on.
But on a
By the way, Kenyans. I told you this offline, but you know, Kenyans are not into conspiracy theories because tulikuwa tunaongea juu ya pineal gland. Someone was telling me, where can I buy that in Galitos? So,
but on the
but you get what I'm saying?
yeah, on the manipulation of markets thing on a local level, when it comes to the government of the day, I genuinely feel right now, post 2024 and whatever happened, whatever PR machine these guys are using to just stay afloat, who are they using? Because the government. I feel like their PR team is amazing.
Okay.
Like they're managing to keep the other narrative at bay.
So
How are they doing that?
Are they actually? Because me, I feel like they are.
It is just serendipity, man. We're trying to do one thing and then something else happens. You're like, oh shit, okay. So
I feel like every time they try to do like a move in a fanya tusahau, they're full of shit.
Yeah.
They do some shit. Like right now, that state lodge shit. It's like they got off their way to piss us off. Najua ile, like these people are not angry enough. I need to piss them off kabisa. But sikusikia.
People say, actually, my bro was the time we're having this discussion, and he's right. The people understate the Kenyan constitution, bro.
Yeah.
Like I always say, I call it the cartoon phase now. Like we're in the, but it's how old? 16 years old. That's still relatively young. But we're seeing the effects of having such a constitution. So much so that a guy like Duale had to apologize to a court. You see what's happening in Senate. Of course, we laugh at the theater of someone bought a monster for 2M.
Yeah.
And now they're being put to task. But imagine you're 50.
Yes.
That thing is actually doing its job.
And it's
Despite the
baby
characters
steps.
who are in place, that document, it's actually doing its job, bro.
Let me ask you guys this. You know where I was. I can't talk about where I was, but this past week, it was a mix of Gava guys and private sector. Now, I'm not very well versed when it comes to politics, and I've been taking an active effort to invite more political figures to educate myself on that. But we were sitting around dinner, and one of the person I was speaking to was in public sector, quite well connected. He said, if you look at Kenya as a business, okay, let's look at it as business, profit and loss. When Kibaki was in power, there was a lot of infrastructure built, a lot of things happened, but he left the company. He left the country in a debt.
Yes.
When Uhuru came up with the expressway projects and so on and so forth, whatever was done, the country was in a debt. So if you look at Kenya as a business being handed over to President Ruto, you're looking at it as an insolvent business, right?
Yes.
It's a business that basically is a loss-making venture. You have to declare bankruptcy and close this shit down. So, what he was describing was, this CEO has come in now into a country where, first of all, it's insolvent. We're trying to get it to make profit. The employees of the company, the Gen Zs, us, they're saying we want bonuses. We want more, we want insurance, we want this, we want that. But knowing full well, the company is insolvent. And so what the man at the top is doing is making hard decisions to get the company out of a loss-making venture by introducing new taxes, by introducing new mechanisms. And there was someone that was mentioning that Ruto travels a lot. Now, I'll reference my day job. When we built that data center, we put $10 million in the ground and we had no customers. No one wanted to believe. I had to travel around the world, talk about the data centers, make all that effort, go and meet people, fly them in. The marketing and the traveling cost alone to get one person to come and visit your site was so high. That's what Ruto's doing right now. Okay?
You're starting to sound Twitter, huh?
No. Like this is not. And again, this is I've not registered to vote.
But you want stealing company money while at it.
No, here's the thing.
That's important to mention.
No, here's the thing. So that corruption and the stealing is always happening. There's a funnel. Whether it's Ruto, whether it's Kibaki, whether it's a problem that's existed. But I'm not saying to defend Ruto, but I'm saying maybe take it a bit easy on the company inherited. Do you guys get the logic?
Of course.
I've not taken a political position. I do want to vote. It's something I think I've
You have
been
to, you have
convinced
to.
I have to exercise my
yes.
right. But we're here. We're four different opinions. I wanted to get your opinion on that rhetoric because at that dinner table, I started thinking of it like a business.
What do you
Okay.
think of the odious narrative? Do you think there's any credence there?
Wait, wacha kutuma akuyasko ODS
No,
debt.
odious is
ODS debt is the inherited debt.
yeah, and apparently it's not
Illegal debt.
It's illegal debt.
Yeah.
That didn't benefit us.
Yes.
So it's like your company borrows for. You guys have asked for bonuses.
Yeah.
So let me go ask NCBA.
And that's what's happening right now.
Then you go,
Yeah.
the CEO, you go ask NCBA, they give you. We know you got it. Hey, lakini bonuses hazifiki. That's now the problem. So and then now the company we're being our salaries are being doxed to pay back that loan.
But you have to understand, a lot of the things they're doing, obviously that ODS debt aspect, imagine he didn't do that, the unpopularity that guy would have. Would he actually succeed in coming for a second term? So some of the things as well you're doing is you're borrowing from Bob to pay Paul, but you're trying to keep the company alive. What does Kenya look like if things go to shit? China comes in, takes over our port. You saw that shit happen in Bangladesh or wherever the fuck. How many people do we owe money? And how many people are we trying to tell, let us keep our resources, let us try and sustain our business? Again, open conversation. It was a dinner conversation I had. Very fucking interesting. Very interesting to look at it like a company. If you look at it, ultimately the country is structured in such a way that we're trying to make money to services and do things, right?
But that's maybe in parting. I think the reason people
And I can see the chat. Everyone is saying, "Oh, justifying Ruto is crazy."
Yeah. No,
It's
no.
a conversation, guys.
the reason people don't have that soft spot, so to speak,
Yeah.
is because of the purported alleged stealing. If all this was happening void of that, bro, guys would rally behind.
And this is what I'm trying to tell you, referencing Trump, referencing the fuel crisis. Kenya is not unique. Theft
but
happens.
you see the thing
People
is-
profit here at all.
No, but there are
But hold on.
but there are countries that, for example, if you think about, go back to Lee Kuan Yew. Lee Kuan Yew went through the exact
Kuan
Singapore.
Singapore.
Went through exactly this minus the stealing.
President of Singapore.
So it was all of what you've just described,
Yeah.
minus the stealing. So the countries rallied behind, the citizens rallied behind, and were like, let's push our country forward. So much so that 30 or so years later, it's incomparable. And that idea that Kenya and Singapore are at the same level is understated. Imagine they were.
So what does it take for Kenya to get to that level where we rally together?
Miguna for president.
No, but let's be honest. Does it take a revolution, and does it take a violent revolution to break systems? Because whatever, and here's the reason for me not voting in every single election was whichever president has come, you can argue that things have become gradually worse in Kenya. Have things not become more expensive? Yes, they're global factors. Have things, safety, infrastructure, all these things, is gradually becoming worse. So my doctrine was, all right, whoever becomes president, kazi yangu is to figure out how to make money within this guy's set of rules and regulations. All right? But obviously, maybe with the way the government was, what did you call it? When they started opening governors and different fragments, the evolution. With devolution now, it's hitting closer to home because the guy right next door in the governor in the county, they can fuck up the decisions and affect me as well. So now I'm starting to think differently.
But your example of Trump, I don't think it holds, because whatever Trump is doing right now, he's in a country where, like, if they are to lose the next election, half of those niggas are going to jail. But in our country, the cycle will continue, no matter who we elect, unless the systems are actually there to, like.
But Trump may come in as Trump may retain his presidency.
Looking for a loophole.
You know how?
Is there a soft transition from minus a violent revolution? Is there a way to transition to a good
Yes.
leader?
We can.
Yes.
It can.
Because I always,
By
the
voting
funny
right
thing,
or what?
Zip, the funny thing is always give Magufuli as the example. Magufuli did a lot of bullshit where the Tundu Lissu thing, he didn't need to do that. But if you look at the Magufuli before the presidency and the Magufuli the president, was a very different guy. As a minister, he was, asante mheshimiwa, asante. As soon as he became president, even Kikwete was there, like, what the fuck? Who did we let into the house?
Was even
So we need to get such a guy who's going to pretend that he's going to protect these corrupt guys. Then as soon as he gets into power, he needs to start with his friends. Start with his friends, with his tribe. Get that. Then by the time he's going to the big dogs, no one can be like, you know what? I was there. It's like, okay. We recover this from you. Like we go into Sonko's account, get $1 billion, and then we build something in Nairobi.
You guys feel like Sifuna
we do
is
that.
dropping the ball? Like he's not seizing the moment.
Sifuna, the interesting thing about Sifuna is he keeps saying this one thing where both can happen at the same time. He keeps saying, kwa nini kutengenezea barabara na nikupatie mtoto wako akiwa maiti? Hiyo barabara ni important. Because hiyo barabara ina assure economic growth. Poverty also kills. It's not just about bullets. Nacheki. So sometimes he downplays development. I always find it to be very interesting. I think when I saw some speech leo alikuwa na make ile we can still stop the killing and still be developing. Because if you look at these other countries, they're so ahead of us. Like we are in 1920. And we are even talking of the Qatars of this world and the Dubais. We are so far behind. Even saizi Ethiopia imeanza kutupita. Unaona?
Yeah.
But we can't be on that shit of we stop developing roads.
I don't think Sifuna would argue that if he got to power, I don't know how to put it in a nice way. I don't think he just wants a kumbaya. I think what he's trying to say is you can't use roads as a cover-up for some of the misgivings you've done. Yes, it's good, let it happen. Me, I think personally, this was Eric, I think he's not seizing the moment. If the guy said buy and buy, I think everyone would rally behind. Not because of even his track record. His youthfulness, his youthfulness, his energy. You don't think if Sifuna said Kesho Kamba, like it's Sifuna, I'm going for president, Kamba and Baya. You don't think, apart from of course the challenges he'd face from the government of the day, you don't think the people can rally behind him? I think they would.
I think Rajua, there's I saw this tweet.
Okay, wait, sorry, before you say, sorry. Sifuna, if Sifuna is on the ballot with Ruto and maybe J-Dub, who are you voting for?
J-Dub ni Jimmy Wanjigi. Of course, there it's Sifuna.
But isn't that across the board for every Kenya?
The probability of that is very low because it's going to be Kalonzo versus.
No, they're trying to haggle right now.
You see, it's Kalonzo's last ticket. Bullet, yes?
But no one cares. Kalonzo doesn't have the energy to change his country, bro.
He doesn't.
How old
He's
is
a
he?
non-starter, bro.
Yeah.
How old is he, Kalonzo?
Like 109.
I
But
think
he doesn't
75,
have the energy.
Yes, he doesn't have. But look at Kalonzo this way. I'd go back to the year 2007. You remember when after Ford ifanywe nini, when Kalonzo thought he was going to run for president, then last minute he was wakasema ni Raila. What did he end up doing? He ended up running alone, and eventually he ended up endorsing Kibaki's whatever. Sindio? He's that sort of guy. Right now he's not living that for Sifuna. He is not. Kalonzo, it's going to be two things. Either Ruto arudi ama Kalonzo ichukue. He's not going to let anyone.
I had Sifuna insinuating, and he was alluding to the fact that it's not about age. Like, let him lead. This guy can be the second in command. They just need to put their egos outside, bro. Wouldn't you prefer Sifuna over Kalonzo?
Yeah, Sifuna would be
any day.
good.
Well, let me ask you, and pardon my lack of knowledge about this, but why aren't they making noise? Like right now I'm seeing Ruto being more aggressive, but all these other political parties seem quite indecisive. And elections is around the corner.
I think
we're not seeing any momentum.
They're relying on Rigiji.
And I think
if Rigiji today was
if they delay this, like if you look at Ruto's during his roundup to the election, this guy was making noise 2-3 years before the opposition.
By the
what's
campaign for 5 years
exactly, and it works.
But I think me again, Maf and Zach will say I'm a conspiracy theorist. But I think also these guys, some of them are scared because the moment you show your hand, like I want to be in the race, all of a sudden Mwaf akona kesi KRA. All of a sudden Mwaf did this in 1992. We saw Mwaf doing this. So
yes,
now you know all that.
I think they're scared of that, number one.
Yes.
And then, bro, I saw and the Gen Z Memorial Day, 25th, I saw these guys in town and bro, they're just not inspiring, bana. Kina Martha, Siko Baya. You guys have done a lot for the country. You've done an amazing job for but at this point in time, you guys are you're not the guys to take on Ruto, man. hawezi make.
Because let's be honest, you
And I'm not a Ruto guy.
Yeah.
Me, I just think Sifuna needs to just let his, to put it crassly, nuts fall. Just go for it. Of course, at my unsophisticated level, I don't know the intricacies of what he's facing. But just as a normal civilian Kenyan, I feel like people would rally behind vibaya sana. Akisema, fuck it, it's me.
But you know this...
Yeah, because of the youth. The youth vote. He'd nini.
But the youth vote, right? The Gen Z vote, the fuel is financial backing. If you genuinely want an uprising, if you want people to stand up and come out and do what they did 2 years, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, sorry, you need fuel to that fire, right? And it seems that the funding and whatever has happened in the back end is not enough to support that vigor. It's a good cause, but if you're going up against someone like Ruto,
I think that's why now
you need a very strong backbone to support you. And it's possible, but who's going to siphon that money there?
I think that's now where innovation and new ways of doing things, which I had against Kuna alluding to the other day. I had him alluding to it the other day. It's like, it doesn't have to be just money-led. That's where we lose. If you're going to not vote for me because I didn't give you a sock, bro.
But Kenyans that principle.
I don't mean money-led as in paying guys to do this, but also through the sphere of advertising.
Yes.
Social media, promoting this, getting people to come and retweet.
Coffee pump.
Sindio, come. Tupatie kitu, sindio. Like that. But what I'm trying to say is it's I'm not seeing any steam. Right now, there's this Mike Tyson-esque fighter in the corner saying, hi, who's next?
Shadow boxing.
And over there, what's going on is, where's Hugo?
Yeah.
This guy enters the ring. He's like, apana, koja. See, what are you saying? How do I fight him? And then this guy is saying, Suingia. And then this guy, he looks at him, he's like, what were we saying? So we're not getting a clear opponent. Once you have a clear opponent that's against Ruto, everyone can rally behind him and then support. And then the Gen Zs can come out and say, this is the valuable candidate. But the longer you wait, the closer it gets to election, I'm sorry, guys.
I think
you have to make a decision right now.
Void of rough politics. If Sifuna stood on his own and said, what this whole opposition trying to coalesce together, I think he can still go at it.
If Sifuna gets the backing from now.
No, if he just amured even on his own, he said, whoever's behind me is behind me.
But Eric,
you guys are taking too, just to echo what you're saying in terms of, you're taking too long, guys.
I completely agree with you, but if Sifuna is Sifuna, this is a smart man. There is something that's limiting him from taking that step. Think about it.
It's either Chums, my theory.
And we don't know better, but you can imagine the circles these guys, the deep state they sit in, there's decisions being made that affect him and affect other people. So I'm telling you, at the back end, we are all saying, why isn't he doing this? He got to that position being the man he is. So clearly he knows better than us just to make that noise. So there must be something going on.
But also, if you notice, people have theorized Chums. I noticed Babu's tone is not the same. We all know Babu for being very, very. There's a way he's talking of late. It's not the same. You guys have not noticed? You don't find like he's on gear 2.5. He's not on gear 4.
Right now, I think he's just concentrating on being a lawyer. I don't think his politics is.
You don't think there's a fee for, and this now you don't think there's a fee for Tulia, like a Tulia fee, a monthly?
Of course.
Where Tulia? Usisumbue sana.
Naruto?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's just overstretching himself here, because remember he's still doing the law thing and he's really excited as a new lawyer. He's representing
everyone.
Saizi hata mimi ni hata ni represent, so he's doing that, but I think he's very one term. Hii ya Sifuna, it's easier said than done. If he jumps right now and falls, it might be the end of his political career.
You can be an official leader of opposition, which is very powerful.
The official leader of opposition siku hizi, remember they wanted to change the constitution so that yo mtu apate ofisi. Siku hizi the official leader of the opposition uko kwa nyumba peke yako, and he's not a Raila. So since he's not a Raila,
but where
he
did
can't
Raila
afford
start? You have to start.
Yes, you have to start, but remember time ya Raila, you are running for president and being an MP at the same time. Right now when you run for president, you are putting everything in that one basket. So ukimiss umeimiss. So right now the risk is higher than back in the days. Nacheki.
Okay.
So that's the tricky part. But yes, on paper it looks very easy. But hiyo ingine itakuwa ngumu sana because I think nilisikia kitu kama I've not watched the interview but I heard something like is it Professor Kivutha Kibwana was saying he's predicting that by the time the election is happening Sifuna will have joined Ruto. That would be funny. That would be funny. I've not watched that interview.
And do you think people hold out for that paycheck?
Of course.
It's a crazy
Think
paycheck.
about the right now. All our efforts is to try to get away from our mainstream jobs.
Yeah.
Think about the work required to just maintain a political career and grind, as opposed to a lump sum. Yeah.
But also the money. I had on the MP of Meru on the podcast. It's going to come out soon. He was mentioning the business of elections. Yani, somewhere like Meru, they would spend 60 to 80 to 100 million. Right? If you go Garissa, and I may be butchering this up, but when the podcast comes out, we'll reference it. Somewhere like Garissa, they're spending 100 plus million. So as you get closer to the cities, Nanyuki, there was actually within Nanyuki, there was a famous politician's daughter who ran, who spent about $1.5 million. He didn't name her, but she lost. Fuck. Imagine the fucking money in Nairobi. $1 billion is not enough. These guys are throwing money. So in order to get that fucking backing, by the way, pro tip, closer to elections, property prices will dip because people will be taking cash out.
That's cool.
Go and buy cheap property. I'm waiting for that.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Because where does black money all go? Towards properties. That's why they need to
leverage.
They need to leverage that thing. So property prices will drop. We just wait. Don't buy anything yet. But it takes balls to go against someone like Ruto.
Indian on the phone.
But
That's the Muhindi. That's not the coffee pump guy. That's the guy. Yeah, okay. That's
But
a
the
good,
financial
that's a good
backing.
insight. Eh?
who has that kind of muscle?
But do you think these guys are capable of bowing out as well? Jonjo, albeit the late Sir Charles Jonjo, albeit through pressure. No, the guy bowed out and lived a full life balling with what he had accrued over the years.
Yeah.
Zach, imagine if you are 40, you've been running, you've been in politics for the last maybe 15 years strong, and then someone comes and gives you a lump sum.
Tell you to
So you
chill.
can bow out.
Yeah, just
And
chill
go
out.
live your life, you guys. Like,
Buy
thank
some
you.
nice suits from.
Once in a while you appear at a funeral.
Because the opposition is tricky. Because for anyone in the opposition to make it, they need Gachagua. Understand? Without Gachagua, you stand zero chance so far.
You feel like
the
he's spoiling the field?
No,
Some
not
people
that
say
he's spoiling.
he's the best midfielder.
Yeah. So since unamhitaji, now there comes also the opportunity for Ruto. Because now Ruto can be like, instead of you like relying on this guy so that you end up as the CS of water. Sikuje nikupatie hii chukua hii bilioni. Because don't forget all these inflated budgets, they are going into his pocket. Mulicheki majuzi the way people are sharing that key hotel that apparently Nani has built. Kihika's husband. And you remember Gachagua saying that Kihika's husband is Ruto's Nini?
Who do you think is richer, her or
business
Tabitha?
partner. Ha.
Do you think she's richer than Tabitha?
Yeah.
Tabitha is the senator for Nakuru.
Thank you.
She's
I was going to ask.
She's
You know
the,
why?
She's the Keroche Industries lady.
You know why?
Fucking massive.
You did see Nini? Gashagua's press conference?
What happened?
Mita zote. Ni-
Oh, yeah.
Mita zote zile naigiza ndani wana share profit na Ruto. See, as soon as he said that shit, you can try and imagine how much power and all that. So he's gotten like all these deals where they are making crazy money together. So even that hotel, Encore, whatever, has to be most probably half owned by Ruto, half owned by this Mburu guy.
But
So they're business
our
partners.
good friend Chaksi the other day vehemently said he would not go to State House if invited, and he was talking as a podcaster, influencer of the culture, Gen Z, especially them. They have a very Gen Z audience.
Yeah.
Would you guys go if you're invited? And by going, I'm not talking about. I know you guys have been,
Yeah.
but you didn't go in the manner that I'm describing. You guys went for a function. I'm talking about. I've summoned the podcasters.
Yes.
They usually call it what? There's a term they use for it. Engagement, you know. And that photo op can make or break you.
Funny enough for Iko Nini, you don't make or break us because we've always been open to it on with Go.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Understand?
so how you justifying the going?
Him you
have
see
to hear
akina
him
Nani, they are young, so they're idealists. when you're young, you're an idealist. So for them, I don't even think they think there were like protesters were killed during Uhuru's time. They do know that protesters were killed during Kibaki's time. So this is the most evil guy they've ever seen. For me, he's just another president. This is just some other bullshit happening. Remember, like the numbers.
So are you going void of a bag though?
Huh?
Are you going void of a bag?
I'm going there like because I look at it as a Joe Rogan sitting with Trump.
Okay.
That's how I look at it. Plus, I'm not an idealist. You understand? I'm also not young. If I was young, I'd be that. Like when I was young, at some point, I never even used to listen to Lingala. I just want to listen to hip hop. You understand? When you're young, you make a lot of shit based on the fact that you're young.
But devil's advocate.
What about yourself? Maybe let's flip the question.
I'm coming there. Devil's advocate for the sake of Chaxi. What if his argument is because he's a smart guy? Chaxi is not a naively youthful guy.
He's
well versed. His outlook is quite mature. What if he just says it's pure principle?
I'd respect that.
Yes, if it's pure principle.
Because I've heard you say this before. Where you go back to Uhuru and leave those guys alone. We're talking about now.
Yeah.
What if he just says purely on principle, not just like?
But then he'll never sit with Sifuna by next year. Why? Because if Sifuna becomes president by 2028, and people go on to protest, people will be murdered. That's the Kenyan way. It's always been the Kenyan way. Someone needs to change it. And if you're to ask me if Sifuna would be the guy to change it, I'd be there like, I'm not 100% sure.
But do you think there's
power corrupts?
Order, shoot to kill?
Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Yes. The reason, you see, like, ukitaka kujua how there's a lot of history revisionism that happens in Kenya. Yes. Who's the one guy in modern times that unleashed the police on the citizens? Which president did that?
The Manabaks.
Yes, it was Kibaki. Right now, if you go to people, who's one of the best presidents ever to live in this country? Kibaki. You understand? So people have this thing of romanticizing the past. I never do that. So since I don't romanticize the past, I look at all these dudes as people who will always use the police against the citizens. And it's not just them. It's the same thing. If you look at the images coming from Uganda, the police are very brutal. Remember when I talked about TZ? On October 29th, I sat on this couch and I saw the protest in Tanzania, and I told them, Tanzanians are going to learn from Kenya, so expect maximum violence. That's the term that I used. Maximum violence. Whatever I saw in Tanzania, I never thought I could ever see. That was much more than Kenya. You remember the bodies being piled on top of each other. But why did I say that? I say that because of Kenya. I say that because I was here in 2007 and I saw the lengths that Kibaki went to just not to be one term. And I saw in 2017, people forget, kids were voting in the second election. Do you remember that shit?
Yes.
Remember kids? Kids were literally putting ballots kwa nini. And Uhuru got away with that. Remember Uhuru akiambia say, Baka Uhuru won with 98%, yes? Akiambia say that we shall revisit. If right now there's some bullshit in the next year's election and the opposition decides to stay away, what's going to happen? Ruto is going to do the same shit and he's going to get away with it. So you have to understand that, like, when you approach this thing with zero idealism, then you start understanding that I can sit down with anyone, because I hope that Kenyans can, at one point, decide to vote overwhelmingly. Like, if Kenyans want change, this is what I'd say. If Kenyans want change, next year will be Ruto versus at least Sifuna. But next year is going to be Ruto versus Kalonzo.
3-4, okay.
And I won't lie to you, that's not change.
It's the same.
Yeah,
it's the same bullshit. But that means they don't want change. And then what's going to happen? In 2028, they're going to protest and Kalonzo is going to kill them. It's the Kenyan way.
The idea of
same question to
Kalonzo.
you.
And also I feel it's so unfortunate, man. Like, if Kalonzo enters power,
they don't want change.
It's the same thing.
You see, they don't want change. But now pia kuna the twisted side of it. Remember the twisted side yangu wanasema ukienda vile sana nilikuwa nimeenda China, you start thinking of it. Me, I don't even judge Ruto, I don't judge Uhuru, Kibaki. I judge those two motherfuckers. Kibaki, not Kibaki, like Moi and Kenyatta. They had a chance. Remember, those guys could wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to build an airport, and there would be no public participation.
there's nothing.
But they decided just still. Unaenda China, you see what it means when it's just development. Remember, sisi kama watoi, nyinyi hiyo time ulikuwa too young, but za kuna kunga hizo siku, baba moyo najenga inchi yeje, and there's nothing that was jenga.
I remember.
Remember that bullshit?
We used to go for movies and the cinema would start with propaganda.
Yeah. So
Camera.
all these other guys, I think ni Kadi Meja.
Kadi, yeah.
So all these other guys, what's happening is, you see this bullshit called public participation.
Is it staged? It's real.
No, but it's bullshit. You see, right now, if you want to build anything, you have to involve the public. What the fuck do I have to involve the public? It's a good thing on paper, but in reality, nothing will ever happen. You understand? Like, in place yangu, there's always the sewage is bursting. For us to solve that, utasikia mtu anasema, we need public participation. No, I just need the shit gone. I don't need to participate in that shit going. You understand? So those are the disadvantages of democracy. But Mikilenda kusema, the reason why I'd sit with a Ruto and I'd sit with anyone is because Kenyans don't want change. If they really want change, we would not even be going for Sifuna. We'd be going for Boniface Mwangi or a Morara. Morara was so fucking beaten. He was beaten into submission. Right now he's there being asked, tell us about Uhuru. No, I can't say anything about Uhuru. Why? He was one of us. Why did he leave? Because we don't want change at the end of the day. Because try to imagine such a young president.
No, but
what
also-
that would have done for the
But
country.
I empathize. I've interviewed him twice. I empathize with the guy. Imagine, Sarge, this guy, you're fighting for the people, then they turn on you.
Yes.
They turn on you, and you're like, I can almost be like, you guys, then fuck all of you.
Yeah.
Dinyeni. You want
He did.
Let me that same question.
And that's what he did. Like, he just went to Jubilee. I was like, oh shit, they don't want change. Let me just...
last thing.
Yeah.
May I just hope, and it's a statement, not a discussion. I just hope you don't do the whole petition bullshit. That shit is tiring. At now, the election, then we go for petition. That's a whole theater. I think we're over that shit.
Yeah.
As a step. Go ahead.
Would you go?
To hear him out,
Yeah.
of course, I'll have to scratch my head, but probably, bro. Let's go hear him out.
But
You
see, the
go,
thing
acha
is-
story yako.
No, no, no,
But- but
no,
the
no,
fo-
no,
but-
When
but-
nakujua,
Yeah.
nakujua.
Eric, we'd go, but based on just simply based on your curiosity about the world.
Of
right?
course.
I mean, I respect Chuck's position and his principle, but remember what we said. We'd be with our podcast, anyone from the Pope to a porn star and anyone in between. We'll talk to anyone.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
because we're
yeah.
curious about the world. The world has different colors of folks.
Imagine IRL at State House.
You guy, man, that would be dope. Eh? But anyway, sit down, hear him, get a better understanding, and never say no.
But with Akina Nani, I actually love that because when I look at them, I see myself in my 20s. I was such an idealist. There are things, and if you look at yourself, you'll notice. In your
But there are
20s,
guys who stay the course.
in your
man.
20s, no.
Miguna.
I think at some point life beats you up. Miguna is not principled like he claims to be. Miguna was supporting Ruto because
No,
he hated Raila.
No.
If
He
you're
picked-
principled,
he picked the lesser in his idea, the lesser of the two.
oh, he knew those two, the lesser of the Nini. Why? 'Cause-
And he needed his passport, brother.
yeah.
He needed his passport, man. Let's be real.
But you understand, if you're
Imagine being
principled-
Newman from coming home and you've been told, you guys just support me, I guarantee you'll get your passport back.
But see, me kitu moja nasema, like even to the Gen Zs, just stay, enjoy that youth naivety. You understand? It's a very good. I think sometimes I miss that. I think there's a certain song we used to listen to. Zakuna Kumuka Last Emperor, do you remember? Look at this world through the eyes of a child. Like sometimes I'd want even to look at Kenya through the eyes of my daughter. She does not know how messed up the country that she's living in is. You understand? So, and even when you're young, you become such. So even as much as you're saying, to a lot of Gen Zs, this is the worst shit that has ever happened in Kenya. That's why you'll hear Gen Z saying, we want Matiang'i. You understand? At least kitu moja ile nilicheki vile Sifuna went back to mic check. Nani alimuuliza juu ya Matiang'i. Akamwambia mnawakna with this guy who used to ignore every court order. Matiang'i was rough. Remember when Matiang'i went to Nakuru and he was like, all these gangs have to go. I don't care about human rights.
may I fear
And
the
on the same night,
Matiang'i-
four people were killed. Yes.
Just do that Matiang'i accent, please.
These people and they are calling themselves on podcasts. He's a crazy guy. He's a crazy.
Yeah. So he'd do some.
But I would
shit,
go
so.
listen to the guys.
Open to
I think
conversation.
you should
right?
listen to everyone. Like me,
Zach, could you go?
Yeah, but maybe as a podcaster, right?
Yeah, as a content, you guys are
Content
you
creator.
guys are shaping culture.
Yeah,
You guys right
because you
now
have to
have-
listen to the reasons why he's doing whatever he's doing. So if you have a different opinion,
Oh yeah, Zach,
If he allows
nimekusikiza shika hii, najua uko na hii shida, shika hii uende nayo.
I
Unaona
need
nani alienda?
more cameras.
Kingori.
Are you taking-
I
Cheki.
need more cameras.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Alafu
about?
cheki. Cheki, uliona Kingori alienda?
I saw that.
Yes. Do you think Kingori deep down supports this guy? No. You understand? But it's there. That's why I'm telling you.
Supports
Like,
that 1,000 ball.
you heard Nani saying the same thing. He'd do it. What's his name? Obina.
But
So you'll
Obina,
notice-
of course, Obina is a capitalist content creator.
But apart from capitalism, nakwambia niyo story ya idealism. When you're younger, you have that ideal nini. Alafu plus another thing that might be, you see their audience is very Gen Z. So them wako caught between a rock and a hard place. They might end up getting cancelled because of that. Sisi our audience is very older. So older dudes will give you more grace than younger people. Like even the people who got angry ile time nilibonga juu ya makuapa, it was mostly young people because maybe msad oh shit alafu fuck Africa, you understand? Like because younger people you have to be more gentle with them compared to older people because older people have seen a lot of bullshit, so they know there's no perfect politician.
And if you talk to older
no-
guys in like their 60s, our wazes, their outlook is it's clearer to them. They've seen
Yeah.
this script before. In fact, some of them say you've had the narrative of this guy as a student of MO1
Yeah.
in a more sophisticated version, in a more mature country. So some of these things, the more they change, the more they stay the same. Yeah. So and also the older you get, more it's also almost more about a seat at the table. Let's be real.
But that's also
It's not about
the
You
the beautiful thing pia juu ya hii story yote ni it's good for, I remember I was talking about that, it's good for podcasts to be different. It's good for this podcast to be like I'd sit down with this person, and this other podcast to be like I'd never sit down with this person. Remember like even when Kibe went kwa your pod, I think both nani walihepa.
No, Chaxi stayed.
Yeah. But the other two walihepa. So nacheki now when it comes to that, you see Chaxi can sit down with everyone.
Correct, yeah.
How easy sit down with. But now with the president, I think it's that their audience is Gen Z. And hata ukiangalia Gen Z, the most active Gen Zs, the ones that you'll find even kwa comments are the one-term ones. The two-term ones are very quiet. So the one-term ones will cancel you super fast. You understand? So if the two-term ones were there and it was more balanced, I think they'd feel like, you know what, I can do this. But right now you have to check hiyo. But sasa sisi audience kuna kabuda yuko 50, mwingine yuko whatever, then kuna wase wako young. So the young ones are very idealist. So unaonaga every time when I say something that they don't believe in, they believe in, they cancel me. And then they come back unachiki. So unaonaga hiyo bullshit.
How educated, how sophisticated does one have to be on a board? By the way, just out of curiosity.
What do you mean?
Me, I don't want to be on a
Like board
board,
of maybe like parastatal. Or
Me hata si board.
no, do you have?
Cheki ile job ya nani?
You know him is a super corporate guy, so he has all the savvy and the AI. But someone like me whose work is more technical, I'm wondering if I was put board of something, just put on the board, not even board chair, board member. Will I struggle
Tuambie.
with the
I'll be honest with you. I've seen both extremes. I've seen guys who have no right being on that table, are there for 20 years, and you're like, what the fuck is this guy doing here?
How do they pull it off?
No,
I mean, it's
people.
simple charm and charisma, right? You eventually get to place, but it's also who you know and what you know. But on the
Sometimes
flip
the
side,
political debts.
I mean, there's let me not even name the companies, but you see, especially we would consider them parastatals and public sector. I mean, you see a lot more of that before, but now it's definitely cleaned up, I'd say, in some instances. But before we were dealing with that,
What was Nani's role? Paul, nimekuinterrupt.
No, it's
What-
fine.
Willis Raburu, which role did he quit kwa
So
Nairobi County?
the narrative is, I don't remember exact role, but the narrative is that he entered. So let's say me, you, and Sarge enter, and then you quickly realize Sarge and I are guys. So deals Pro Max.
Oh,
And you're like,
okay.
hey guys, I didn't sign up for this.
Yes, I wanted us to do something. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
That makes sense. That's also adequate for that.
and
'Cause
also
always feel
Nairobi
mimi-
County. I don't know if would you Nairobi County, bro. The kind of money that flows. You know, there's also money. You know, we talk tough here, but there's money that can also scare you, bro.
Yeah.
At you're 20 million daily. Hey, ngoja kwanza. Ngoja kwanza.
What the fuck? And there is.
You see,
there is.
umecheki vile umesema. Now check online the comments. The comments are always, mimi siwezi kubali. Niko principled. I always say that the minute you think you can never be bought means you can be bought. Wasikaa sisi wale tunajua kati tuzabaiwa.
No one is offering.
You're more principled because at least we know we have a price. When you think you don't have a price, because watu wanacheza vile umesema 20 million a day, uko like, so in 50 days I'll be a billionaire.
After that, I'm fleeing.
Yeah,
There's
so
no
unaona?
thing in the game, bro.
You know, the thing is, even in corporate culture, like let's say during acquisitions, right? New company comes in, wants to keep the employees happy. You get given maybe 200,000 bob on top of your salary. And all of a sudden you're rejuvenated.
Yeah,
Some people are given 300, 400. Some people are given a mic, which is crazy, but it happens.
yeah.
But you're genuinely like, fuck it, I'm not going to leave the company. I'm going to stay and I'm all pro this company. Now imagine being given 20 mic a day. Shut the fuck up, do this, shikaini yako. You can say what you want, but when you're faced with 20 million shillings in front of you, bro.
I say
Eric, even
I say my Mombasa trip would be a bit different.
see me and you are already DMing Cristiano. See, utupatie 10 million shillings, bro. You'll save us.
Yo,
So
but
imagine 20 million shillings a day.
even 2 mic a day.
I don't care who you are. You must be the most principled motherfucker ever. But 20 million shillings a day.
Anyone who claims
Yeah.
they'd stay away from that.
I respect you.
Joking.
I respect you for turning down that money.
You see,
Yeah, okay. Si watu wanasema hivyo.
Uko na IC?
Joke. Si wewe ndio ulifanyaga nikanunua hii AC. Unakumbuka? Ulikujaga hapa na nani ukaniambia like, hey, you need an AC for this place.
Very nice.
Soft life. Like try to imagine never having to worry about money.
man.
You understand? And that's the reason why hata vile nilisikia, I don't know if it's Kivuta Kibwana who said that Sifuna anaweza baiwa. You see, personally, I was not surprised. But to his Gen Z supporters, they'll be like, it can never happen.
He can for sure.
But Kilona Sauni Sifuna sleeps next to some wife, and the wife is going to be, baby, Kenya itaendelea. Tuibadilisha.
All alleged, but even his track record, I think I'm the one who channeled you about the time when there was a gap
Yes.
as to why he'd always come after us, the governor,
And then he stopped.
then he goes quiet. What do you think happened? There's
But
something
juzi,
that happened.
see building ilianguka South Sea.
Yeah.
And then after the building collapsed in South Sea, this same guy was caught with 250 million. Sindio? Do you know how long it took him for him to even ask a question about that? And that's the minute that I realized, you know what?
Or you mean the
The Analo guy.
yeah.
See, ilikuwa inasemekana Analo is his personal friend.
And he dipped to SA. Has he come back?
Analo.
Yeah.
No, him, he was, I think he was arrested, then he was freed, I think.
Sergeant, we come to your house, we find 250 mic in cash.
Eric Dinani. But you know the thing is, it's even the simple
Eh,
pleasures
lakini
of life.
I hope that's not all the money he had, because that would be stupid. I can't stay with all that
Oh,
money.
how much was he caught with?
Was caught with 250, then it changed to 65. Yengine ikienda kwa kina Kanja. Shit.
I mean, but we all agree.
I don't even
unanimously.
Kanja. I'm sure some of the money went to Ruto.
Wait, he was caught with 250 mic in the house.
In the house, yeah. Iko kwa suitcase ja. Alafu, so news ikatokea, the funniest thing it was Seth Olale. Seth Olale was one of the guys who broke the news. It was like, this guy caught with 250. A few hours later, nothing to see here. You know, he'd like nearly deleted
They
the
did
tweet.
the tweet.
But I have a vision of that preposition at some point. It'll come. Just now, how strong you stay.
Tell me more about that vision, Eric.
I see it in cash.
You see it in cash coming in some form or fashion.
Oh, wacha onekane sura, wacha
Kwanza,
onekane-
yes.
the face of the seller.
No, no. I said that's why I call it a preposition. I mean,
Yeah.
at some point, I see just to cover all your bases, just so there's no loophole because you're trying to get 50 plus 1. You're trying, Just murder cash everywhere.
But let me ask you this.
I would if I was a corrupt leader.
Look. Like everything is energy. We believe in that, right? You've seen me going gym, post energy. You feel it, the vibes. Money as well carries that energy. And money such as that comes with a lot of negative energy. And my question is, would you rather earn $1 million bob a month through hard work and not look over your shoulder versus you being told this is that money? And remember, that kind of money always comes with something. There's something attached to it.
Strings.
Silence.
So think about it this way, right? You start your lifestyle then dictates how you roll. You come under scrutiny. Your family, your wife, your kids, they didn't sign up for that shit. Right? They get mentioned, your wife gets called a whore, you get this stuff. There's all this propaganda that gets thrown at you. You're still getting the bag, all right? That energy attracts something. And you cannot, obviously it's not a blanket statement for everything, but do you believe that if you receive an opportunity like that and you take it, there is also some negative energy that latches onto you and you see shit happen, man?
I think the negative energy for me would be my conscience more than anything. Living with myself. But once
you buy a Rolex.
I remember when my friend came to, because I'd never been, and my friend before me, and I remember he called me. He'll tell you what soft life, and I'm like, yes.
I understand corruption.
Nilikwambia I want this soft life.
Yeah, soft life, man. Soft life is nice.
Soft life is nice.
And it's the same thing where, for example, on my recent trip for Mozambique, there was a guy that was flying next to me. I got to fly business class. Like I don't fly often.
Yeah, you only fly business. How you know?
No, I don't know. Marv, I'm being serious. Like he knows my struggles. I fly in economy all the time. So this time I was flying in business, and it's KQ, and KQ doesn't have the best business class, but it's nice. But still, you're sitting in business and you're looking at all the guys over there. This Jama, when he landed, like he was picked up by police, so he was definitely a political heavy hitter. But on flight, he's relaxing, he's laughing. You know that rich laugh?
Jeff Bezos laugh.
And then he's got that English. He was telling the person sitting next to him, yeah, I went to Cape Town to get some shopping. He had a really nice watch on. He's like, the time is not working, but when you spend this much, who cares about the time? You're seeing the language they talk, and you're seeing the environment you're in. I'm like, okay, if I go back to economy, bro. And you'll do everything you can to latch onto that lifestyle. So maybe what happens is when you get there, it's a slippery slope, right? And you just slide and you go in because it's very hard to get out of. Imagine having 50 million shillings a week come at you, and then all of a sudden you're told, pilot, you're doing 6 routes this week.
You used to remember 50 million shillings a week. You remember when Sonko gave...
To that day.
A day. Sonko gave that story to Kibe.
Yes.
And remember he said he refused the money. But when you look at his money, remember he'd offered to pay 400 million kwa Harambee Stars. And it didn't make sense. Now when you come to think of it, you're like, this guy actually took the money. Bro. He actually took the money. Hakuna mtu ana walk away from 50 million.
Like even if you just took for 4 days, you're set.
That's a week. That first week is nada.
Yeah.
It's a week.
Hakuna mtu ana walk. Alafu you saw like a daughter, even the daughter's due went away and told people she'd buy the club. I think something like that.
Supermarket.
Yeah, unacheki. So ukiangalia hizo vitu zote. But with all this, we're not saying
how do you start it?
Not,
the cash.
Of course, don't have it in shillings.
No, but yeah, how do I take away if I've given like 40 million?
You go to Hawala,
like 10 days in a row.
Yeah, just give it to me. I'll know what to do. let's not discuss.
Subscribe.
But generally, this is a predicament we need to
how do you do it?
Just tell them.
I check.
Tell them what you said. You do it through?
Hypothetically, if you get that kind of cash, the first thing you do is you find a Hawala. Hawala you go Eastleigh, you find an official banking system, you go to a place that will allow you to deposit cash without questions asked, vis-a-vis Dubai. So basically, you take that 400 million, you tell that Hawala, I will have someone collect it over there. You send your loved one who you trust to basically go to the Hawala on that other side, and everything is ledgered, everything's documented, everything's via book. This is all hypothetically.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
I
don't know
never
if it's
do
real.
that.
We're just like, this is stuff I read in a book, fiction. They would then go. You get a ticket or receipt. The receipt is collected on that side. You pick up the cash. You go to this bank. No questions asked. You either deposit in crypto, or you put it in a phantom wallet. No one can track that. and you go to an economy which accepts crypto, or you put it in the banking system where no questions are asked. You either take it off to the Caymans. In the Caymans, you can buy residency, you can buy passports, you get an American visa, and you get all these things. There are different kind of islands where you can do this. There are a lot of ways to clean. But this is what I read in Hardy Boys, so I'm not sure if it's true.
Yeah, I would never do
Meskia.
that. At least I know what.
Yeah,
I would never
what
do.
never do.
You can't have it in any. So some of these motherfuckers, you know the way we assume that with wealth, people are bright. How the fuck do you have 250 million?
By the way, rumor is
That's some damn
I
shit.
had someone alluding to the fact that there's guys with bunkers of cash right now.
Yeah. Kuna kuwaga nayo. I
Guys
think
have
hata
built
nani.
bunkers. and
Kwanza
stashed it
nyinyi,
with cash.
Sajid, nyinyi. Nishaisikiaga, I've heard that theory. I think it was Alai.
No wonder the
Alai
story-
was saying that, I think Alai yuko anapatiana story fulani, that there's a time where the GSU walikuwa wameenda kusaidia kumove like a certain
Tailors.
rich Indian walikuwa wameenda kumsaidia kumove pesa yake, so pesa inaikuwa kwa lori jo, alafu inaanza kumuviwa. I'm trying to imagine anything can happen between hii pesa kwenda pale, because no shit happens, yes? Shit happens, but yes, the main thing is do not have cash in the house. You can't have that level of cash. You can have some ile kikuja mka okay sawa tia ndio niko na
But you know the thing.
alafu
yeah.
you hope that like, the Kenya judicial system where you hope like judge, I'm not even a flight risk, they took all the money, then we
The lady you interviewed,
go Cayman
a
Islands.
controversial lady, but I like. She's very brazen. Gladys Oroba. What's her first name? I always-
Gloria.
Gloria. Sorry.
Yeah.
She said they even were considering trying to come up with a 5K note because the money was becoming bulky.
Yeah.
But you know, cash is king in this modern world. They're trying to digitize everything. Okay, for you to access your funds, you will have to have a physical like a face ID,
Yeah.
biometrics, and so on and so forth. Those processes are used to also curb black money and people having cash. So the thing is, in a world like Kenya, where some of those rules and regulations exist, like if you put money in a bank, if it goes past a certain amount, you're asked questions. So there are a lot of people that still believe cash is kings, and they use physical cash and they store them. They'll buy pieces of land. Remember what Escobar did? He had properties all over the world. He would dig and put up cash over there because cash is king at the end of the day. But as the world is moving towards digitization, people now have to find smart ways to sort of deal with this, because cash in this country still goes a long way.
Yeah.
It's the way things speak and the way things work. Not everyone. And this is another rant, but crypto was meant to be that, but with the regulation they're doing in the US, it's going to be harder and harder and harder to siphon money through crypto. So cash is still always going to be king, or you buy physical gold. But the problem is traveling with physical gold. That's not.
So I think then nini vile uko nasema hawala.
Yeah, the
Then
Hardy
on the
Boys,
other side you buy gold. Unajua. Ukiwa like those
Hawala?
countries.
Wende to a country that accepts cash, buy properties, deposit in banks, do this, have a credit card attached to that country and you travel with, go to these islands, buy residency, send cash over
That
there.
was reminding me, I was watching a documentary kitambo lakini there's this documentary series on BBC called Panorama, and they were talking of how Russian tycoons have property all over London, nacheki. So unapataga some overpriced shit like
yeah.
in the middle of London, and that's because of that. That's how they move that. Somehow they figured out
Even New York. I hear New York as well.
But New York changed that. Initially, New York in the 1980s, you could build up properties cash, but then put in a lot of regulations. Kenya is like that because it's a cash-based business. You're paying, you're giving your laborers cash, and you're putting up buildings and stuff in cash, so you can siphon it through us, and that's why you see the property market over here.
But let me ask you, what about, and this is going to sound simple-minded, but I'm a simple-minded guy. What about you stash in a tax haven, but strictly for utility? Like, I'm assuming there's mechanism, maybe I don't know, maybe you still have access, but you just swipe whatever.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is
So
yeah.
why wouldn't you, let's say you had $1 billion stashed somewhere, and then you just want to relax, you just use it. Just purely for you and your lifestyle.
No, that's how it works. Is what people do is they go to these offshore
Panama
countries, whatever you call. They find a bank, they deposit. They let's say you have 1 billion, right, and you're getting hypothetically 5%, or let's say 10% for ease of calculation. $1 billion, you're getting
100 million a year.
100 million a year at 10%, right, just of interest. Then you get a credit card of that bank to leverage off that 100 million. So your spend limit is open. So you have 200 million worth of spending on that tight. That level, your card is chuma.
How many guys are living like that? Just that.
So many people. Interest, bro.
What
You
else?
live
What
off
else?
interest.
What else do you need then? After that, when I saw Mayweather went broke, but he had bought.
That was
and I'm
weird.
sure Zach, this is right up your alley. The guy spent 100 million on jewelry.
Who?
Did you see that, Mayweather?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mayweather, there's been the rumor that he's broke, yeah?
He's broke.
No, he's broke. It's not a rumor anymore.
How the
Yeah.
fuck do you make so
But
much money?
because he
and
was
go broke?
gambling.
He may-
No, he was
he may
gambling a
gamble.
lot. Huh?
But let's say I have 500 million. I have a gambling problem. I say,
Ulizaipoteza?
I know. I say, 250 fixed deposit. But then it has an 850 ingine.
But Eric, he was. I mean, you've seen his personality roaming with a cadre of
Gosh,
10
how can
people.
you
Everyone
love
is
coming
kitted
for
out.
cash?
Remember,
You know
remember
how
the
dumb
money
that
team.
is.
The money team used to roam around with. Everyone is kitted. The guy would spend $2 million on a watch.
Do you know his big homie was telling me his inner Great Wall, that his inner circle was called the Great Wall, like that whole.
Yeah, they even abandoned.
They've dipped. They've
Yeah.
all left because he stopped paying.
Of course.
But imagine what you.
But I hope they'd all comedy set because I'm sure at some point he was spending on them.
I was stealing.
Yeah, you
For that guy
steal-
who keeps cash.
You guys said it was robbed
Yeah.
in Dubai or something.
No,
Mayweather.
he couldn't leave Dubai because he owed money.
He owed money.
You owed money to who?
See,
Some jewelry store, different jewelry store. So he was a jewelry. He used to the equivalent of Dine and Dash, but in jewelry stores.
But when you get to that level of wealth, isn't getting a financial advisor one of the first things you do? Because that Conor McGregor fight, and let's look at it this way: Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, arguably one of the highest PPV. Is
No,
it
it was the highest.
PVP? Pay per view,
PPV.
whatever the pronunciation is. Conor McGregor must have got $40-50 million from that. Maybe in PPV views much higher. What did he do? He launched a whiskey brand. He basically raised the brand levels of it. He also had a CBD oil company. He had several companies.
Oh,
He
yeah,
had a
I didn't
suit
know about the CBD.
CBD. He had a suit company. Remember that pinstripe suit we had, which was written "fuck you" in the pinstripes. He bought a clothing company. He launched a clothing company. As his stock rose, he sold those companies and then invested. I mean, that's smart, right? This is an Irish guy who came from nothing.
But then
So
I
on the flip side, you have Floyd.
Buying
But
Gucci.
you see,
Used to go to Gucci stores to buy.
But it's also Sajid has brought up
dumb shit.
getting a financial advisor, which he did, but he got crooks.
he got crooks for financial
Your
advice.
crooks are the ones advising you for
Yeah.
guys like Don King. Do you know Don King was?
Yeah, then you rush at Mike Tyson. Huh?
No, but he was jailed in his youth for double murder.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Came out and then outside being a promoter. So that's his character. This guy's a murderer, bro.
Yes.
So this is his
The
financial
famous-
advisor.
Yeah.
famous
Rush
Don
at
King.
Mike Tyson.
Al Heyman. No, it's so I'm confusing. It's Al Heyman who was jailed for murder, double murder.
But let's say you get $1 million today. What's the first thing you do with it? Maybe let's start with Moaf.
$1 million.
Inakuja, unafanya nini?
Ina depend. Ni do legit ama ni do
No, do legit.
Legit.
What do you invest it in?
Oh, investing.
Zach, let's start with you.
Investing.
Actually don't know.
You buy land?
Where?
No, just out of curiosity.
Alafu niende court case ya 50 years hapa Kenya.
Hiyo land ilikuwa na belong to somebody else. With the papers you have a fake.
Yeah,
No, I'm not doing none of that.
Correct.
So first of all, inaitwaje? Safe. Hata niziweke kwanza nitulie kama mwezi moja nikifikiria. Wakinipata wazichukue ni sawa. But I need time to think.
Right.
Siwezi like immediately jump into doing some.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mi think vile umetoka tu kubonga hiyo story yako ya wahal because I need the money out and as soon as I need it out ufit unajuzuri wa dollars like if you look at the Kenyan shilling versus the dollar I remember like at some point just kwa hii like this was like 2000 and what before 2010 ama around 2010 I think it's before 2010 see dollar ilikuwa 67 shillings remember so that means if you had $1 million right now that would have been itakuwa imefika 130
Yeah.
it's like it's doubled yes so one of the things is don't have your whatever in shillings
Have it
and
in
then
dollar.
another thing is vile tumesema juu ya land shida ya land tutaenda tukipeleka na kotini I want to live in the best neighborhoods but let me pay rent See the way people treat rent as this enemy. If I can have that money, let's say I was going to buy a house for 67 million, sindio?
Rather have the float.
Yes, let me have the float because I'm sure is 67 million inaweza nizalia rent a good place per month. Ile just based on that, sindio? And with that I can stay anywhere that I want to stay. Because let me put it this way, right now the money market is doing really badly, yes? And as the money markets is doing badly, I think like 1 million shillings right now is getting around 7,000. We're looking at it from a very, let's start on a very amateur.
70,000, no?
No, 7K a month.
A month, okay.
Yes.
So in a year, it's like
So,
98.
but try to do step by step. So that means 10 million shillings is getting you 70K. 100 million shillings is getting you 700K. So if I was going to buy a house for 100 million, why don't I have this 100 million invested, yes? And then get the 700 and rent a house, even 500K. That's a very beautiful house. And remember, I still remain with 200K and I don't have to go to a fucking court case where someone shows up and is like, I'm taking over your land. You saw that thing Sonko was talking about how Alai was trying to grab some land. Just went to Runda and was like, this is my house. So you have to understand the country that you live in. So in this country, avoid spending like 100 million on land that you might end up fighting for the rest of your life. But you can live. Try to imagine when mtu unalipa rent yako ni 500K. Weni fala alafu ile siku unapigania land unatoka pale mi wacha tupita tu na hizi ngoza zangu nikienda nyi piganeni. You understand? So those are the things that I do. Like back in the days, the first thing I do is buy the land. But right now I've lived in this country long enough and seen people go through battles. Nicheki kuna mother fulani amekuwa kifaitia land yake since siku za Kenyatta, and she died I think at 93 before getting back her land.
And even if the land doesn't have any contestation on it, it's hard to liquidate. If I didn't
100%.
Yes.
Guys don't buy land the way people think. May I put $1 million, you said? For the first year I'd put 850 fixed deposit as I plan myself to figure out what I'll be doing.
Right.
Fixed deposit up again?
It doesn't have to be here.
Okay.
Yeah,
But fixed deposit here, if you go to a reputable bank, you get a good
you
percentage.
still get about 10.
And $1 million. So let's say $1 million.
But I still distribute it in a few banks, man.
Yeah. No, of
Kucheki
course.
ile story ya Chase Bank ile, hey!
No, 100%. You don't put all
But
your
Chase
eggs in one
was a
basket.
very unique scenario.
That's what I'm saying. Still, you have to mistaki kuwe kwa bank moja. What if you niamke nipate mseo bank alihama
What I'll tell you is...
But banks are insured, no? And they are backed by CBK.
No, but there's also a certain... If a bank basically goes insolvent,
you get a percentage, not the whole money.
unless they sell their assets, there's an insurance-backed entity that only gives you up to 1 million shillings right now.
Yeah.
Based on what you want, or 100,000, or it's max. Until they sell off the assets, you're fucked. What I'll tell you is, if you want to invest in a bank, talk to someone in the data center industry and get close to them who understands how much banks are investing in the infrastructure of the back end. So they can tell you which banks are growing and which banks are shrinking. And then invest in those banks.
So name one.
Do you guys...
Solid Bank, yeah?
Tiki. Tumone nyuma ya
Solid Bank, yeah?
I will say this, KCB is strong. NCBA is strong. DTB surprisingly is very strong. INM as well is very good, very strong. Other banks, there's some smaller banks. I will say
ABSA?
ABSA is not actually, by the way, NCBA. I'm not sure. I think this is public news, right? It's been acquired by Nedbank.
By Nedbank, yeah.
Oh, NCBA.
NCBA. So it'll go change. Nedbank has a better backing. But anyway, so you're saying you'd put a certain percentage in fixed deposit. So and I'm trying to think about this, especially because if you get and $1 million is being disillusionary right now, we're imagining it. But you put a certain percentage, you can dictate up to 10-12%. So if you put 100 million shillings, you're getting about 12 to 13 million shillings a year. 1 million shillings a month. Does that get taxed by Gava?
I'm not sure.
I'm assuming it does, right?
But not at, I think it's
a certain percentage.
15%, I think.
Do you invest in gold? Gold increases in price, but obviously gold goes up and down. Do you do T-bills, and do you T-bills where?
And I want to know how to invest in a Chinese tech company.
Yeah.
Especially in fields. How people Samaga don't invest in things you know nothing about.
Correct.
So like right now, I'd actually try and invest in something like DJI. Like I remember Nikikam Kwako and you wanted to give me your DJI. So you're the one who made me really think about getting one. When I got one, I was like, this is one of the best things I've
Fucking
ever.
amazing.
That fucking camera is so good. Alafu nizatembea nayo tu kwa street bila watu kujua whatever you're doing. Nacheki. So pia usemaga invest in something that you have a passion in. Don't
You guys
don't
actually-
go
actually
and
avoid-
invest in some bullshit that
avoid-
you know nothing
Give those
about.
guys for, those guys for Mungatana. You give them $1 million, they give you 2.
We could do that and get
Yeah,
lucky.
we
Yeah?
could do
But
that.
how does a sophisticated guy like that get scammed like that?
It's nini.
Happens
It's
to the best of
believing
Tama,
in
tama.
si tama peke yake. Superstition. When you believe in
Superstition,
superstition. Like try to imagine. We talked about that on the pod. I think the pod in a drop kesho where people in Coast believe that some dude can touch you alafu they keep pote. You understand?
I saw someone had posted something like that.
Like even there's this guy, blind guy we interviewed, anaitwa Ken Masharia, and I was watching the day that he was taken on stage. Alafu, Prophet Awur said he'd been healed and he was not healed.
I remember
That same day-
I remember him talking about that.
Yes, that same day, unajua Prophet Awur was telling, like someone tried to touch him. And he was, he's full of shit. Like you have to reach a certain level of full of shittery that. So this person tried to catch his hand and was like, if you touch my left hand, you'll get cancer immediately.
Jesus Christ.
But I feel like that guy is
Like-
going a bit nuts.
Just maybe on the...
No, it's just like, you have to be
Have you
such a
seen-
confident con man. Aujiona hii kuna hii poster, kuna hii nini, wacha si post, kuna hii billboard hapa karibu na Nyayo Stadium. The Prophet Convocation. And people believe these assholes are prophets.
But
And
it
there are 3 of them. And they're there like, they know they're not prophets, but the average Kenyan thinks
And
they're
it's like
prophets.
that billboard is dedicated for that kind of thing, eh?
Yeah.
For the longest time I've always seen it's a pastor, nini. This one on your coming around about if you want to turn out, come
Yeah,
up.
umeona?
Yeah.
Prophet convocation. I'm there like the keyword is con. They're getting conned. But now they don't want that. So those are the same people who akiambiwa pesa ikiombewa ita double. They'll believe that shit. Nacheki, so
But it happens across, even culturally in Pakistan. There are these prophets you go, you put your money to, and they say they'll double. But what they do is they borrow from Zach, and then they give Moff, and Moff is like, wait. And
Then we
Moff
bring
puts
Moff.
more money, then they give it to Eric. And then eventually you grow it large enough, you can live off it, bro.
Bunny made of.
But what I'll say is
Yes.
for investment about technology companies, just one last thing. I wouldn't invest in anything related to data centers, AI, or any sort of technology space that's driven around AI. Because I feel it's artificially hedged, and what we're going to do is we're going to have an auto correction. And I'm basing this on historical patterns. So, they say history maybe not doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes in some accidents. So if you remember the Gilded Age, this was towards the 1800 when and we talked about this on the Kisiangani podcast, when the railway became a new phenomenon.
Yeah.
So everyone was going crazy about trains and investing in railways. Wow. What happened is the stocks in those companies went up, and all of a sudden, overinflation, you're investing too much, not enough supply because the technology hasn't spread. Market crashed.
Yeah.
But the guys that benefited are the ones that came in after the crash and bought everything from pennies to the dollars. Same thing happened with in 1920s with the motor car. Same thing. People went crazy. Auto corrected itself. People came in and bought the stocks of the car companies. Look at closer to 2000s, the internet bubble, the dot-com bubble. Internet will be everywhere. It will do all this. The dot-com crash happened. Right? So people came in and bought those companies at pennies to the dollar. So that history is repeating itself with undersea cables, with this. Now everyone is super pro AI, pro this, pro that. And one of the things I'm asking people is, okay, fine. It's a business, right? It has to make returns.
Yes.
But the way the economy works is when people earn, people spend that money on products and services. But what is AI doing? AI is putting people out of jobs. So that means there's less money in the environment. Those money is going to single entities. So there's less people spending in return. Do you see the conundrum? AI is here to stay.
But it's cutting a whole class, right?
It's the upper echelon, the rich are getting richer, but the middle class, which drives the purchasing power of the economy, is shrinking because they are getting replaced by AI. And now they don't have a salary to go and buy products and services and goods and things that they want to do. Eventually, it will autocorrect. And AI is here to stay. There's no doubt about it. It's part of our mechanisms. But avoid investing in. And again, referencing Kisiangani podcast, if the Zigas are here, who's that guy in the movie Christian Bale played?
Oh, the guy, the Big Shot.
Yeah, Big Shot. He's
bet everything
against AI.
Against
and that guy has,
Yeah.
I think, 3. This would be
I don't want to know. What about Akina Starlink and SpaceX?
So Starlink is interesting because I think it's technology that's genuinely here to
that
stay.
guy's name.
But no, I want to know, well, like, if you come to stock here, Elon Musk, how is
So,
it
so
basic?
Starlink, the problem is it's tied to SpaceX in some ways. But let me describe it this way, okay? Today, if you're in China, your connectivity is shit.
Yes.
If you have a phone that's created by Elon Musk that has an application like X that connects you to anywhere you are in the world via Starlink, you're virtually connected. Today, Starlink can do that.
Okay.
If you look at the air fleet, right? Qatar, all of them are connected via Starlink. So you can be online connected. That's amazing. We didn't have that a few years ago. You can be mid fucking flight and you have high speed internet.
Mi sunajuaga like waga
Can
strictly
you stream?
Qatar. Like you,
It's solid internet. Like
That's like proper.
eventually you'll get to a place where you can stream, right? But the technology
Mr.
allows it.
Pilot, don't you? It's
No,
perfect internet.
No,
like
there was a
these
time-
are the
there was a
flights,
time
huh?
we were corresponding with
Yeah.
you, and then I asked you, are you watching YouTube? You told me just chat.
So that was
So I assumed.
so
That's
that
like in a Delta.
yeah, that's
But that was
basically
Qatar, though.
that wasn't Qatar.
No.
It wasn't Qatar. I'm not flown Qatar.
Oh, would you fly Qatar?
I'm not.
I can't
So you only akina Delta. Like Delta give you internet, yes? But it's only to send messages.
Yes, it's
and you
very
can't do
basic.
shit. Ya Qatar is like you are home, uko kwa nyumba. Nilikuwa na watch game ya England versus Croatia.
Live, eh?
Now I'm thinking IRL. bro.
Fucking clear. Yani mpaka unaona player uko like, hey, alafu the funny thing is it was clearer than nikiwa kwa ground. Mpaka I was there like, shit, like what's happening?
So
That's how good Qatar, because I think maybe the Arabs paid extra, so maybe there is less buffer and
Yeah.
less what. But it's crazy. Like
Crazy.
it's crazy. And once you experience it, you'll never want to
Yeah,
fly
you
with
can't-
another
can't fly
flight.
without.
Because sasa inakuwa kwa nini na fly na hizi flight zingine
Well, with
na ntakuwa huko juu nashindwa like hey, ati nini imefanyika huko chini
Well,
The ingine
well,
unazaambia
I keep saying how in-flight has been completely now.
eh,
You know, remember the predetermined movies, series. And,
it's changed. You go on YouTube.
yeah, why the hell would I watch that
Yeah.
shit if I have my episode?
Netflix.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
to circle back to what Marf is saying, we can all unanimously agree that Starlink is amazing technology and the
Yes.
speeds you're getting is superb. Case in point, iShow Speed, the IRL stream kit, it was given by Elon Musk. It's a testing minimum.
okay.
Guy went all over fucking Africa, didn't need to buy different SIMs, didn't need to buy this, he was connected to the internet. Streaming perfectly to the point where hundreds of thousands of people were logging in to watch
I mean,
uninterrupted.
At some point, was it clunky? Not iShow Speed.
Obviously, yes.
I
because-
remember our friend.
Okay.
He does after flight school. He's a Swiss French guy. He went to one of these. Is it Central African Republic? He works. He does anti-poaching. He flies a microlight. So the time I was WhatsApp calling him not too long ago, he had Starlink and he was saying the connectivity is not that good.
Because, and I'll get to, remind me to get to that
Okay,
and explain
okay,
why.
okay.
Yeah? But we all agree that technology, if you're stuck in the middle of nowhere in the Atlantic Ocean, if you have access to clear sky, you have connectivity.
Yes.
So that Starlink technology is only going to get smaller in terms of your compatibility and what you can carry. It's only going to get stronger. So that we can agree as an investment, it's a good company to invest in because what they're doing is radically different from anyone else, right? Now, to answer your question about why the connectivity was bad, the way it works is, so you have, think about it this way. Traditionally, if your phone sends a message, it goes via your phone through Safaricom, basically into a server somewhere, exchanges the data, and then routes it via connectivity and telephone lines to the other person's side. So that's how it works. With Starlink, all right, you have what you call the LEOs, which is low Earth orbit. These things encompass the world, all right? So what happens is from your phone, if you're using Starlink, it beams up to the Earth station and then finds out where the data you want to access is. So let's say Facebook is in Europe. So then it rotates it all the way to Europe, basically lands at something called a ground station. Ground stations are the receivers, these balloons. Receives your ping, sends it into a data center to pick up the data, and then comes back, beams it up, and then back onto the receiver station, which you normally put on roofs. That's how the technology works. The reason it was slow at that time, because we didn't have ground stations in Kenya. So it would beam up, it would find the closest ground station, which was not even in South Africa. We got ours before South Africa, by the way. It would probably find something in Europe. So it's the same way as fiber and undersea cables picking content from Europe instead of Mombasa. So it takes longer, the quality is less.
And hashtag, this guy actually was, I met, can I say?
Yeah, say.
I met a SpaceX employee who was coming to install what you just described.
So
We had dinner with the guy.
Oh.
This guy meets some interesting guys in his line of work.
Do you know this guy?
Anan, eh?
Yeah, the guy we met.
Should I have
Bro,
told-
no, it's fine. The guy we met, and amongst those guys, these guys are fucking dollar millionaires. Elon Musk hires, apparently, one of them, the one we spoke to, his background, he was an F1 engineer.
Oh.
And his job was to make the engine go faster. And Elon Musk said, I want all F1 engineers because I need to understand how this fucking rocket goes faster. And then, so he hired, he basically hires brilliant guys. And those guys,
And that guy, he looks so
he
simple.
looks so simple, but dollar millionaire.
And Saj was explaining to me that the way Musk's company does his thing. So if you're coming to Africa, see it's third world, they give you proper like Land Cruiser, treatment, you get whatever you want. That guy was Uber chapping. You'd never imagine that guy is who he says who he is. Yani. I was so taken aback, and I also got to understand that thing for the internet. And like, sometimes when you try watch something on Netflix, and you have to retry.
Yeah.
Let's explain that.
Oh, so like, okay, for example, Netflix has technology. It's a caching service. Caching means you store locally. So for example, initially, most of the Netflix servers would sit in Asia, in America and Europe. So whenever you'd want to access a show, it would go via you in Nairobi all the way to Mombasa, find that show, get that show and send it back to you. So you see the loading taking quite long.
Yes.
So most technology companies, what they do, the content companies, they create something called caching.
Yeah.
So they store popular data. That means the top 10 movies, the top 10 shows are stored locally. So anytime Kenyans access them, they're quite quick. But if you want to find some random Korean show, sometimes it takes very long to load.
Unashindwa kwa nini?
Yeah, because
Iko Korea
it's not
bado.
stored in the cache. It basically goes from the cache to the closest point of presence, the edge node, which sits in a different country. Right now, most of them sit in South Africa. So in South Africa, inabeba alafu inarudi. But right now, Netflix has put a full-fledged edge node here. So we can store enough content, enough shows to process locally and store, so you can access 4K streaming and that. So as more people get connected online, utaona a lot more technologies and a lot, like Disney Plus, for example. Have you noticed Disney Plus is not here? Because Disney Plus subscribers are not quite a lot. Kenyans, for the most part, you know, we torrents, Y3 movies, all these things. We don't pay for subscriptions.
Yeah.
So Disney does not have enough of a business case to deploy a pop over here, even a cash. Because they're not outside of Nairobi, how many people have Netflix subscriptions?
Yeah.
True.
In my house, I share the subscription with like 6 people.
Same. I share with everybody.
So until we get to the point where everyone here has a Netflix subscription, Disney, we're paying for things, we're paying for membership on Iko Nini, we're paying for membership on Coffee Pump, we're paying for membership on Iotwe. People have money to spend on the internet. We won't get a lot of this back-end infrastructure.
Okay.
It's still an uphill task, by the way.
Yeah. I think nini kuzantaka tumalizie but
Okay.
something
Yeah.
someone just asked kuna mtu ameuliza ati at some point kunaambia watu wa invest in data centers, now you're saying don't invest.
So at the time,
has changed?
yeah. So at the time, AI wasn't as big. So let me frame this way: data centers are a good investment in the long term. So what I mean by that is, if you buy your stock right now and you invest, it's $100 per stock. You need to be comfortable with the fact that it might go to 50. But you don't panic, you don't sell. Just know, eventually, it will basically go higher. Right now, there's an oversupply of data centers, an oversupply of AI, an oversupply. There'll be an auto correction.
Even here?
Even here, bro.
Okay.
Capacity, I mean, globally, AI as well. And the thing is, the AI companies are the similar companies, right? So you can invest, just know like Bitcoin, you hold.
Okay.
You hold in the stock. Don't leverage trade. If you leverage trade, I can't guarantee you. That's gambling.
So,
We might as well take that money and go to a fucking casino.
so situambie basi ikianza kuauto correct let us know. Let us know.
That's the thing.
But one thing naenda kusema like if you are in America, I know I'm not your financial advisor, but skiza bullshit. If you have your stock here, Elon, and it's up there, just start.
By the way,
cashing out.
Elon's stock has fucking it's lost.
It's been
value.
plummeting,
It's been plummeting.
Why was it been plummeting like that?
Because bro,
Fake
Because
value.
it's bullshit. It's
bullshit.
bullshit value.
Fake value.
what revenue are they generating, right?
Yeah, it's bullshit value. Alafu, you see now, for us, like it's so good to hear you talk about it. I didn't even know that you talked about it on.
I went on Kisiangani.
But the day he was made, like he was called a billionaire,
Trillionaire.
was one za cheki. I did a video nikiwa China, and I told people this is
The math
bullshit.
wasn't mathing.
Yes, because you look at them like these motherfuckers, they're doing everything. You're like, no one can fuck with them. So the minute that you're telling me someone outside their circle is controlling shit, because remember even battery technology, right now they are the ones who have the best battery technology.
Maybe we
Nicheck
can
majuzi
search.
about quantum computers. They've come up with a certain quantum computers that can do what? Other stories are Claude. Michiki, they've started testing their own version of AI that's more scary than Claude. Remember the way Claude was like, we can't let this thing go.
Whether quantum computers are
So
scary,
they're
yeah?
doing everything. And then you're telling me that there's this one guy who just stays online tweeting shit about how white people are getting killed in South Africa and he knows it's a fucking lie and that's the brightest guy and the trillionaire. No, it's the American system. You know, Western propaganda. Western propaganda will make you believe. Remember like that thing I was saying, like they'll make you believe that if you go to countries like China, people are not free. People are so people there are fine, people are so happy. Like all that Western shit, they have all that. Shopping, consumerism, blah 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 blah. And they also have, you see, Ati?
SpaceX,
stock fell by
sharp-
nearly
yeah.
34% from its post IPO on June 16, 2026. Yes. So,
So
that means if
check
he was a
this.
trillionaire,
This
now
sharp
he's
se-
at 600 billion, and it's still bullshit.
This sharp sell-off wiped out over $600 billion in market value across just 3 days.
It's wild.
How many fucking people lost money?
Yes.
Guys, yeah.
And guys, a lot of people put in money.
And you know the thing is, when you leverage trade, as the market goes, it doubles, triples, quadruples. You lose a lot more, man. You lose a lot more than you invest.
But the
So guys,
argument is always like, for everyone losing, there's somebody.
Yes,
100%.
Yes. Don't nini.
Winners
The
and
guys who
losers.
shot wale waswali shot unajua mseka mimi hiyo time nikuwa naongea shit but there's someone else who
Was
went
it
shorting
Musk
like if I had money
Musk
hiyo time ninge short to your stock alafu vile nanetu amesema like Sajid, even if it starts going up you still hold you still hold your shot then kianguka poof on a smile joko Elon Musk son that's
the
what
origin of
happened.
Musk's beef with Bill Gates. Bill Gates used to short his stock, and he just took it personally.
Or used
yeah,
to short
obviously.
Elon's
They
stock
manipulate the stock as well. But it's to make money.
yeah
You see, the
because
thing is,
he's full of shit
hindsight is always 2020. I'll reference 2011, 2013, when my mzee invested in gold. And at that time, it was $1,100 per ounce. It went to 1,400 he bought. I think it went to 1,800. At that time, it went to 1,900. So people were like, this is going to get to 5,000. So my mzee decided to leverage trade. When it figured 1,900, there was a whole the Greece bailout situation and gold reserves had to be sold. That shit fell. Mzee lost about, I think, $60,000 at that point. It fucking like reduced him. And that time he was going through a lot, you know?
Can you cash out instantly before the fact?
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, the market drops 100 points in an hour.
there's nothing you
And
can do
at that
about
time,
it.
we didn't have apps where you can close out. Everything was manually calling and doing all that shit. But
so the only option was to hold eh?
no. You have to cash out because you're leverage trading. Your position is negative.
Oh, he was leveraged. Okay.
If Mzee had that same amount of investment just held, and now you see the thing is, at that time, how do you explain to Mzee
Yes,
that hold in 10 years, it will reach $4,000-5,000 and you will make $300,000-400,000 on your investment. At that time, he'll tell you, fuck you, I need to sell, bana, my loss. You have to have the balls to withstand. So even with crypto and XRP, and this is not financial advice, right? My advice to people, and let me not even say advice. Personally, what I'm doing is I invested a lot in XRP. I invested a lot in Bitcoin and so the market has gone to shit. But I didn't leverage trade. So I've forgotten about it. Ikipanda tena ni sawa.
Bitcoin size iko ngapi?
60,000, 59,000,
At the peak, 130.
100 and something. 100
Oh
and
shit,
something.
imekuwa 59. I remember at
Yeah,
some point I'd say that ikifika hiyo I need to risk.
Let me check my Binance right now. It is, how much is it right now?
Because you just buy even $60 worth of that shit and you just like,
So Bitcoin, Bitcoin
Kuna
is
just niko na
62,000.
Bitcoin. I'm an investor. Sinajaga hizo.
Oh, you put like $1,000, forget about it.
So,
Yeah.
Marv, I'll show you this, but I've lost about maybe 2,000% in valuation.
Okay.
So that's what it is right now. So multiply that by 2,000%.
Oh shit.
So you can see I have 1,000 coins of this, and other stuff as well. So the market is shit right now, but this me I'm forgetting about it.
Yeah. I think that's the attitude.
You just forget
Why?
about it. It's not doing anything. We talk in
But
10
Ikirudi-
years.
Ikirudi-
Ikirudi, it's fine. If not, then I'm fucked. Then I'm stuck. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can lose anything. I always tell people like I invested in the taxi business. That shit fucked me, and so any business.
I
comes
lost
through
my car to drainage, to poor drainage.
you. Yeah. Oh. Sakaja.
By the way, how are you doing with
Your
the
car
car
got
right now?
Sakaja.
It sucks. Uber is a fucking expensive affair. So, you know, I used to be a guy.
More than petrol, I don't think so.
It's more expensive, my friend.
Yeah.
The reason you ended up getting a car, remember at some point you told me you did your math and you realized I'm spending a lot moving
But
around.
still petrol, Joe.
You guy, okay, petrol now.
Yeah. Oh.
In the last few like months.
Okay.
You guy, I used to be those guys for ati. So Uber costs sometimes now you see it's a ridiculous figure like 280 to 90. Napatia mse for so. Napatia mse punch. You guy nowadays 270, 270.
Yeah.
No more, no less.
Every other time is very.
You get 270 shillings. That's what you're getting, sir.
Yeah.
Because I used to have this warrior thing. Hey, I feel like guy, I've come a bit far. How is it to sock? I have to feel guilty. Nowadays I don't care.
Maybe in order to.
But wacha tumalizie, we should have more of this.
was fun.
Nimependa sana insight zako za investment.
Very
Because-
nice.
But the funny thing about this thing is, I'd want to know, like anyone who's not watched my very amateur analysis of Elon, endo you watch alafu ukama uoche nani, but you'll see the way sometimes, sometimes they say it's not rocket science.
It's not rocket science.
Because
No,
him
pun,
is
no
teaching,
pun intended.
yes, him is teaching it like from a very deep point. Me go to just from basic, and it was from the basic of, I don't think I would have reacted the same if I was not in China.
Correct. Yeah.
It's just that I was in China and I was seeing all these Teslas. I'm saying like, damn, these guys are not intimidated by Tesla, but Tesla is intimidated by,
By
them.
them. Yeah.
You see, so that didn't make sense to me, and I was like, nah, even if this guy's a trillionaire, he's not a trillionaire. Ungeniambia that in less than a month your stock itakuwa imefall hivyo, ningekuambia z. But you see, there are these just basic
things you learn.
Yeah, so watu wajue si ngono tu si uongea songa tu ngono tuza kuchanua juu kama uko states na ulinisikiza, of course you did buy that stock because I talked shit about it kabisa from a very amateur, and I told people I'm talking about it from an amateur point, but it doesn't make sense from what I'm seeing down here. The same thing ataki come to camera technology. If you see what they're doing with the DJIs and the what, you just know that. Even I remember your time, one of the things that I said was this whole root or dream of first world, I don't think it can happen. And I don't think it can happen because what I saw happening there, where they manufacture everything, we import everything. So I want to see how do we end up at first world. Because now, hii t-shirt umevaa most probably ni made in China.
Correct.
Mi ni
100%.
made in China, utapata kila kitu hapo, like everything.
I
made
need to
in
ask you
China.
last thing. March, China. Ulipata someone good
Nilipata.
tufanye bulk order sasa
Yes,
tu-
yes.
tu-
Tunaweza fanya so hata I think by kuna msa alikuwa anatoka China, ilikuwa ni jana, alikuwa nafaa kuniletea sample ya sweatshirt. Like I'm waiting for that sample. I just want to touch it like this.
And Moff, is it okay if I
What-
plug?
what
Is
are
it
you
okay if I plug the
Yeah,
coffees?
plug coffee. Yeah.
What are you finding flies off the shelf?
Check it. This
What-
guy.
In terms of merch, like clothes.
Mostly hoodies ndio cause nago.
Hoodies.
But this new shit usiponunua wewe si iko nini fun. Like it's so
I'm
dope.
excited.
Like,
I'm excited.
the funny thing
The
is
quality.
when you go there, even the way they do stuff, like there's that key 3D print that I did huko stika.
I saw you posted
It's
when you were in
so
the plane. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Even like when you touch it like this,
Amazing.
like compared to hizi vitu zetu zile su get up kings
King, fuck that.
Is
yeah.
it possible?
a whole other
Is it
level.
possible to get things like mementos made, like a
100%, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's worth going.
So the
because
only
there's
thing
industries.
about them is nilonendaga like okay, unasikiaga tu kamadha kamekuliza kametaipia papa kuzalee kizungu papapap alafu ina translate imeandikwa how many copies alafu unaandika 50 kwambia
No, 1,000.
unaeka 100 no 200 no alafu anakuandikia ina change 600 list. So there is that, there are those ones who won't even have a
Minimums,
conversation with you, but then
we
there
go
are
to
others.
China.
No, so
There
what
are others who will have a conversation with you. So that's the only problem where you end up with a lot of shit and you don't know if it's going to go.
Because
or
you know,
not.
I was scratching my I was scratching my head about what kind of match I'd want to do, and the only thing that could come to my mind for now was like Memento, like aircraft, auto aircraft, something like that.
Yeah.
Can you get those made in China?
Yes. As long as you order at least 500, yes.
Terence Creative was getting his whatever figurines. He was like they went into a fucking 3D printer thingy.
What I'm saying is,
Took a model of him and then kona auto to figure.
We do that trip.
no, but strength in numbers. You see, the thing is, Morph has an established contact. So we approach them and we say, we have 3 brands. Morph has these many pieces. Iko Nini, sorry, Coffee Pump and Iotwe has these many pieces. So we tell them we want bulk discount. Each of them we will work with you independently for designs. So if the minimum order is 600, Morph wanachukue 200, 200, 200. It's easy.
It's 600 per logo.
Per logo. No, but whatever I mean. Whatever I mean, like when we negotiate.
If the minute they hear logo, like if it's plain, we can talk about 100.
Okay.
The minute you want a logo, because you know they're going to do some really good job on it, yes? Like the few people who wameguza your tracksuit, they'll tell you like it's pure, it's very good quality. But yes, your story mnasema ya trip, it's something that, should put out there. But we should have this conversation again, man. This was dope.
Plug the coffee, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, plug coffee.
Yes,
yeah.
guys. Our website is launched, so www.coffeepalmpodcast.com. There's a section shop over there. These will be updating soon. So we're launching our coffee brand very soon. We have 3 of them. Tukona Coffee Pump Midnight Coffee Blend. If you guys remember Midnight Coffee Run, we used to go out and get coffee. This is actually, so the tag at the back is for the late night thinkers, editors, gamers, and dreamers.
That looks really good, man.
So this essentially we'll be launching very soon. We've got beans and a certain way of doing it. So this is what we call our late night roast. This is our house blend. Inaitwa Respawn. So for those video gamers, the tagline at the back is inspired by gaming nights, second chances, and fresh starts. This now is essentially your midday kind of blend, right? It'll pick you up. All of them have different tastes and different profiles. Once the website launched, we'll update them there. Now, this one is our specialty blend. It's called Konnichiwa blend. Inspired by Japanese culture. I'm a big anime guy. And so we've taken the Kenyan AA beans and done some Japanese fusion to them. This is the specialty one. This is the one that will give you a boner, even though...
Get another
this is the hard on direction, whatever. Alafu, we have a tea as well. When a Kenyan cop stops you, anasema nini?
Leta chai.
Leta chai. So Leta chai is whole leaf tea as well. We'll be launching on the website soon. We're doing pre-orders right now because, to be honest, we're very small. We don't have the purchasing power to buy. So we'll take collective orders and we'll ship them. And inshallah, we get to a point where we have enough stock and we can retire off from this and send money through Awala.
Expand your palate. You see, coffee is one thing Saj has taught me. Coffee is I grew up drinking coffee just as a drink that I liked the taste once in a while. It's a whole culture. It's like wine almost, but now, so something to definitely try for sure.
I appreciate you for letting me do that, Maf. Thank you so much.
No,
So, may I already gave you previous beans, so utagawanya na Zach and Eric these ones. These are for you to decide.
So, tunanid kubai coffee makers.
If you're watching, I'll keep plugging the membership. Go to L2 membership.
100%.
Right now, there's an episode with a guy for Empire. I'm sure you've been seeing all the news. He tells it all. Tells it all. It's $1.99 for the membership. Amazing stuff there. So please go check that out.
Yeah, that's something to challenge. We need to do member episodes.
Yeah.
We've not done member episodes for some time. Yeah. Like
No, but thank you guys, man. This was
Thanks for having us, man.
This was nice to chill on
Very
Friday.
nice to chill.
Yep.
Very
Bila boxers.
So much,
Bila boxers.
so much, like investment,
Nice.
politics,
Yeah.
and
Very nice.
always a
that
good
was
time.
good, man.
Always a good time. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
And Marf, hey, shout out Marf, all the moves and shakes. Good to see Zach here.
Appreciate you, brother. Zach, I
Zach,
appreciate you,
you're a
bro.
permanent fixture, I see.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I see you all the time.
Yeah.
You guys you're still doing your thing. I saw 249,000 members. I'm like, God damn, nigga.
Let's get it to 250, bana.
Man, I-
250 before the weekend.
250 before whatever, but tuanza kufanya vitu za members and also to challenge. I think members na IRL.
Oh yeah. One more thing.
Some
Tomorrow
IRL shit, man.
around. Let me just confirm the time. I'm taking a flight to Mombasa. Who did I say? I sent it to you as well, huh?
Yeah, around 2 o'clock, right?
Yeah. So around 4, I'll give you guys an IRL in Mombasa of me just walking around. Maybe I'll have a meal and just take you guys around. I might go see Big Homie. CC is in Coast.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, so just look out for that. I don't know if I'll put my Mpepe Kisiangani, but we'll just see.
naona Kisiangani go Mpepe.
By the way, I mean, I went and got an M-Pesa number. So.
Well, I stopped. Saji discouraged me from putting the
No,
do you know we stopped? I stopped putting the QR code.
No, that's because...
Okay, this
because...
3 times an episode I used to put tipping.
Apana, not 3
This guy used to
times.
say the episode was tipping. And
You know how you do squeeze backs?
Yeah.
Eric 60-minute episode ni squeeze back ya tip me alafu episode ni hapo for 60 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like once in a while is okay. But I'm starting to do the Mpepe thing.
Yeah, it's
Tutaweka number.
important, yeah.
Sindio? We try.
Inasaidia
Sawa.
saidia kunyoka. Yeah. So imekuwa live yetu pia like we've not done a live for
live
long,
in
man.
a while.
Like majuzi nimefanya live na Kisiangani.
460 guys.
Crazy.
Nilifanya live na Kisiangani and I missed it, man. I was like, shit, man, we need to do some live episodes.
Yeah.
But it's because we changed the whole thing of how we do episodes. So we shoot on Fridays. So sometimes you're so fucking
But then when
tired.
I go where I'm going, I want to plan. I want to be doing like a. In fact, I've been talking to Faza a lot about the technicalities.
Like this, bro.
I want to do a. You know DJ Academics?
Yeah.
Of course, you know DJ Academics.
Yeah.
I want to do that style show.
Okay.
Or just catching up on things. Also to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
Can we collaborate if we go live? Like
Of course.
how do we
course.
do that? Because that's a brilliant idea where Moff can sit here, me I sit there, at home you sit there.
Yeah. And me, I've even ordered my.
Zach joins in.
I've ordered my logo for. I want to do like a nightcap thing. With like
Ocho.
with Sajid, and then of course every so often I'll be calling all different Kenyan podcasters. We chop it up about what's
I
happening.
think you told me about your idea. Yes. You told me about that.
Because I don't want, the thing is, and of course the normal programming will continue. I'll be having episodes going out, but I don't want to lose time when I'm there. I want to make it worth my time, and I hear internet speeds are crazy, surprising.
Yeah, so kitu fani ni na mimi like today is when since nitoke China, today is the latest I'm going to sleep. I've been on Chinese time. Like kitu moja nimenotice, when you wake up in the morning, you have more energy. Like normally I used to wake up like around 10, 11. Nowadays like by 5:30 I'm awake and I find myself having more energy throughout the day than your half day. So that's one of the things I've been thinking about, like what do I do with all this time? So like one of the things you'll notice, account yangu ya Mwafrika got demonetized because I was not posting anything. Kumbe usipopost 1 year, usipopost 1 year, it gets demonetized.
Why did you stop your channel?
It's just your true laziness too. Ya unasema utafanya.
Why
So
don't
what
you
I've
collab
decided,
with yourself?
yes, what
Yeah,
I've decided
that's a
to
good
do is,
idea.
you can do that.
Chaxi has been doing that and it's working perfectly.
What is that?
He collabs
You know
with
that
himself.
we can collab, like me and Saj do that for the trio. If you shoot at mine, I post on mine, I collab with his, and vice versa. So both audiences get to see the episode. But since you have 2 channels, just be collabing with yourself on.
Also it's treated as nini because
For you, for non-podcast content
yes.
that comes here, collab it on also Mwafrika channel.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. So me kila nil decide now that channel I can use it for bullshit. So like now nilionyesha Aseniki unbox the headlights. I want to do more of car content on that. You know, just the whole
And that's their
journey of
your CPM yake ni woo.
Who's
yeah. So I want to do that.
Cars,
I want to do
car, whatever.
Also unboxing
Yes.
tech. Me, I'm so guys
yes,
are
but I want to do
people
nini
are
on that.
pressuring me to do Sana aviation cockpit content, but
Yeah.
I keep reminding guys it's frowned upon in the industry. It's not something that companies like. My current former-ish employment, they even came up with something called a phone policy. Because I was like, we don't want you guys taking videos when you're flying up there. I got better Ray-Bans to mitigate that. But with my new establishment, at least things will be a bit more chill for sure in terms of those rules. So it's not as fun though.
It's fine. It is. It's just a stepping stone to where you want to get.
But
By the
pia-
Moff,
yeah.
this live you'll post it on your live channel once it processes. Oh?
Yeah, itakuwa
collab
na
with
pia
us?
ikatakata. Okay, sasa.
But I
do
think
that.
it has to process. Once it processes, then you
Okay.
just collab with me. and
Sasa,
Eotwe,
yeah,
huh?
we'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, asanteni man, this
Thank
has
you,
been
bro.
a good one.
Awesome.
And we should do more of this.
100%.
Yeah,
That's
at
no
least,
doubt. It's a safe way to chill on a Friday, man.
It's
And
nice.
Denga?
Safe.
Bila
Yeah,
boxers.
This is how my Mombasa trip will be.
Yeah. So vile umesikia kuna coffee pump podcast kuna
And get yourself a packet of konnichiwa bitches.
yes. Let a chai. Let a chai.
Cheers,
And
guys.
damn, you need to get a coffee maker. I need to get a coffee maker like yesterday.
But these are not beans. I've ground them for you.
Yeah.
So
So this one I can just make kawaida coffee.
But you,
No.
what are you using? Are you using a French press? Are you using a coffee?
See now hapo ndo unaniuliza maswali.
Yes,
But nimekuwa nikifikiria
But,
juu hiyo
I think
tuweke hapa.
I think
kwa
what I need to
studio.
do is I need to take these coffees and go to a barista and show the best way to make them. From least equipment expensive, simple, what would work well, all the way to expensive. People understand, ukinunua, watch this video.
Because there's a friend of ours who's a barista nowadays. Unajua Muki?
Muki, yeah.
He's a barista.
Ask Mookie to try this.
Okay. I'll ask him to do that, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we also need to get
Zach,
coffee.
you like coffee?
Like shit.
I
Zach
I
doesn't
think
like
I need to
coffee.
cut down, but
Katikati
I
yetu
have-
ni robo.
yeah, robo. But
loves
me,
coffee.
I have a lot of guests who come to the house.
Jaribu whole leaf tea. You know what? So sorry to interrupt. You know what the story with whole leaf tea is?
No?
During colonial periods, when the Kenyans were working on the farm, when they were uprooting the tea leaves, essentially the good stuff would go to UK, a part of the British India Export Trading Company, and the Kenyans would get very shit diluted tea with milk, and that's why culturally we have tea with a lot of milk.
Oh.
The whole leaf was never sold in Kenya. It was taken from Kenya and sold internationally. Now this is Kenyan tea, and it's a very heavily regulated thing. So this is proper whole leaf tea the way you're supposed to drink.
Tea, he
Hii
knows.
sasa ndio tuko tempted.
And just Google how to drink coffee and tea and powder and utapata.
Tutabaki tume nini? Tumepiga mautro kama 15. So mtarudi next lini? Sasa sisi wacha ni put on the spotlight. Tutarudi.
All schedule dependent, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we do it the random way.
I
Yes,
think
yes.
before you go, let's get one in.
Okay, sure.
I'm happy to do this on Friday nights. It's easy for me.
Okay.
Okay.
This is fucking fun. Thank you.
Saa pia si tumefurahia sana jo, so imekuwa ni episode whatever ya live because he forgot how to count,
Update.
but asanteni sana kwa kutujoin. Kwa wako states ni happy holidays. Najua hivyo ati Friday was a holiday because kesho ni
4th of July.
Independence.
May the
Independence
4th
Day.
be with you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The guys are getting lit.
Yes. So July 4th Independence Day, whatever. Na msijali, mnaendelea kudinyana. Trump alikubali watu wenyewe wakizaliwa. Si Trump alikubali, ni Supreme Court, yes? That 14th Amendment shit was thrown out. Trump wanted to name it. Yes. So tupatane ni kwa episode ya kesho na hopefully kwa live soon. So kama kawaida, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend. Tukimalizia tukisema Iko Nini.
Iko Nini.
This is the latest nimekaa bila kulala.